This is for all you dreamers out there. Sit back, relax, open up your minds, and get ready to feel the vibes.
Cruising through the city on the Scott's Limit Drive. Got the place unlocked, bringing that 2000 shine. Look at Aaron rocking with that off my glow. Living like a legend in my song, here we go. Podcast on repeat, in the stories untold. G4 rhythms mixed with pop punk. Rock the airways, taking over control. Sky's the limit, baby, feeling heart and soul.
What's going on, all you beautiful people out there? We're going to go ahead and roll our sponsorship videos real quick. Are you ready for a podcast that blends mystery, crime, and a whole lot of laughs? Then look no further than The Fat Man Live and Snakes and the Fat Man, the podcast that keeps you on the edge of your seat, all while never taking itself too seriously. Join Chris Heaton as he dives deep into the reptile world with his unique blend of humor, insight, and, well, let's just say colorful commentary. No topic is off limits. The Fat Man himself will bring you the latest from the world of reptiles and downright bizarre, all with his signature humor. So grab your headphones, your sense of humor, and get ready for a ride of your life. It's Fat Man every other Sunday and Snakes and the Fat Man on the 1st and 15th of every month. Only on the Fat Man Nation.
I'm sticking around. Yeah, you know, I'm sticking around even though I don't do this shit anymore. But I love promoting other people.
Why are there not more people talking about the awesomeness of reptiles? Let's change that with Steve Nelson. Listen up, fellow reptile enthusiasts. Welcome to A Reptile IM with your boy, Steve Nelson.
This is why you need DNA shed testing in your reptile game. Unlock your reptile's genetic secrets with Charlie Williams at Grey Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com. Charlie's passion for reptiles is unmatched, and he's bringing his expertise right to your home with ShedTesting.com. It's a game changer for breeders and pet owners alike. Simply collect, package, and send off your reptile's shed. Easy, right? Within days, get accurate genetic insights that can revolutionize your breeding season. Whether you're a ball python breeder or a curious pet owner, ShedTesting.com offers fast turnaround times and reliable results. Plus, with Charlie's vast network and partnerships, you're not just getting a service, you're joining a community. So what are you waiting for? Visit ShedTesting.com now and take your breeding game to the next level. Charlie Williams and Grey Rider Reptiles are ready to help you.
Awesome. So with that, we're going to go ahead and give everybody out in the live chat. Thank you guys for coming out. So let's give those guys the shout out real quick before we bring on our guest. Technical difficulties from backstage, huh? Hold on 1 second. JNS, James Perry, what's going on? Thanks for coming out, buddy. Audacious Balls, she's backstage. Mike Duvall, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. Go ahead and like and share. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm waiting on you to come in, Mike. And let's see who else we have in here. We have Pierce Motorsports. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Then we have yes. Let's see. Kristen, thank you for coming in. All right, and that looks like everybody right now. So with that, let's go ahead and bring out our guests. We have Stephanie from Audacious Balls. How you doing, Stephanie? And
Good,
then
thank you.
we also have Eric Smith from ERS. Eric, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey everybody, I'm doing great. Nice to see everyone.
So tonight, we don't have Sean. Unfortunately, we decided to go a different direction. We're going to just go ahead and leave that at that. Mike Duvall is running a little late tonight, so he will be in. As you see, he is in the chat, so he will be in as soon as he can. But with that, how's your guys' breeding season going?
It's right on track.
And Stephanie, I heard you're looking pretty good for your first clutch coming up here soon too.
Yes, yes, we should be about a week out from starting egg watch. So
Yeah, come on in, Sam. Then we got
Yeah.
joined Reptiles. David just come in as well. So yeah,
Nice
you're
to see everybody.
looking forward to your first
Oh.
clutch here in about what, another 30, 40 days?
me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I mean, how long does it take for them to hatch?
60 after they're in the incubator.
Yeah, that's okay, that's what I thought. So more than
Okay.
that, Brian, I got just over, I don't know, a week to a little more, a few more days than that for the eggs to drop, and then so that's
Okay.
where we're at.
So
But
you're
she's nesting in like real good. Like I opened her up today and she's like expanded the nesting area like even more than it
Oh, yeah.
was just yesterday. And she's like getting in different positions and stuff. So it's like you can totally see stuff happening. It's exciting.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
And what about
Yeah,
you?
I have like let me see here. I have let me see. We've hatched two. I got three in the incubator, counting the blood pythons that we just hatched yesterday. And then I have, let me see here, I have 7 females over 40, and then I have another 17 that are over 23. And then we're actively pairing 23. So right now, and the rest of them we're just waiting for them to show me follicles, and then they're gonna get locked on them too. So there are a few we don't breed here, but those are our pets. We love them. So I don't know. They're right on track. Right on track. Everything's going. We've had two reabsorptions so far. So I mean, it's of course they're always our favorite ones, the ones we needed the most, right? But I think we'll be okay. I really do think we'll be okay. As long as we can keep rolling this way, I think I don't know. We're gonna nothing but stars and bright stuff in our future. So
And you say
and
you
hopefully
just
we hit the odds.
right, and you just said you were doing blood pythons too?
I had one clutch. I have a blood python here that we had a breeder loan and borrowed a male, and we ended up the clutch. He doesn't want any of them, so we're gonna. I don't know. I just wanted to hatch some because I love the babies, right? I like playing with babies, but I don't really. I'm not like gonna expand. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of interest in them, I guess, but maybe if we can keep them rare enough, we can do that every once in a while and continue to have that type of interest. I just don't. I don't want to like propagate too much of a species that needs a little bit more special management than a ball python or a corn snake, like and produce them in mass, because we're selling hundreds of these things every year, and that's just me, you know what I'm saying? And there's lots of people like me of the ball pythons, and it's really hard to say that like hundreds of people are going to want blood pythons whenever they achieve such a great size. I will let you know though, a lot of people say they're spicy. They're really not. They're just as docile as a ball python. They look at you different. I mean, they look at
Okay.
you a lot different.
A lot
So
different. So then how many do you have for that clutch of the bloods?
The Bloods, we started 14. We lost two in incubation, so we just hatched 12 yesterday.
Just
And
12?
then it was a T positive albino to a CBE stripe. Uh, what is the rest of it? CBE stripe. Something het albino, het T positive.
Okay.
So I can't remember. It's right here. Oh, let me see here. Oh, cherry bomb. Yeah, that's it. Cherry bomb. So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not really like dives completely deep into the blood pythons. I mean, I know a little bit about them. I know about their care, but
Yeah,
I
I was
mean, as
gonna say
far as like,
neither have
yeah,
I. I don't know too much about the Bloods either, but I do know they are some really beautiful animals.
yeah,
I
yeah.
when you go to
Well,
see shows and you see them on the tables, they're beautiful. And
yeah,
now,
we're not making any cutting edge genetics here with the bloods anyway. That's we're just playing.
now, Stephanie, we were talking backstage a little bit, and you just had a clutch of bull terrier puppies, didn't you?
Yes, the clutch of puppies. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You can tell I'm a
Hmm.
ball python breeder. So, we want to talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that.
Well, this was our fourth litter in all, and for this particular mom, it was
Yeah, Brad.
her third litter and third and final litter. So she was, she's retiring after this one. Um, it was our first experience with a C-section,
Okay.
and I just had noticed we were watching her, I was watching her labor. Obviously I've been through it with her before a couple of times. I've seen, her pattern. Um, and I kept seeing all the indications that, like the hormones were shifting, that things were kicking into gear, and then it just kept stopping. And then it would sort of start to pick back up, but then it would just stop. And you're talking like long gaps in between. And I just looked at it and I'm like, and she had gone from, so like, under the tail, when the puppies come down the birth canal, like it really bulges back there. So at
Right.
like 5 in the morning, when those hormones were kicking in, and you could tell it's like, in people, we would call it transition. I don't know if there's an actual term for it with dogs, but it's like, hitting transition, that critical point where things really go intense. And I could see the bulge at that point at like 5 a.m. in the morning, but here, got to be like 11:30 in the afternoon, and
Oh,
we're
wow.
not progressing, nothing else is picking up, and she's not bulging at all, but now she's starting to leak some clear fluid, and I'm like, I don't know, I just think like there's probably a malpositioned puppy, or like something's blocking things. So we went in to check it out. Um Ultimately they said, yeah, there were two puppies coming butt first like this. And it was
Oh,
just
wow.
holding up
Wow.
like so nobody was getting through
Yeah,
there, not
yeah,
even either one of
no.
them. So we did the C-section, which in itself was uneventful. It went smoothly. Um, I had
Right.
two of my girls with me when we went, and so as soon as the puppies started coming out, they let us go back to the room, and we were around the table with them. So I got to suction, their mouths, um, and tie their cords and cut their cords and all the things that I normally would be handling, like hands on at home. Um, and the girls were right there with it, like stimulating them, rubbing them with the towels and all that. So
Right.
it was awesome to still not miss that part of, their coming into the world. Um, and then the mom recovered great from that. We came home and
Awesome.
it got to be like 9 o'clock that night. And my daughter said, there's something hanging out of her stomach.
Uh-huh.
And we had some stitches. She had some stitches that had
Okay.
come
On the
open. Yes, and things from the inside were
coming
coming
out.
outside. So yeah, so our local emergency vet couldn't take us. They were too backed up to take us. So I wrapped her up with saran wrap to try to protect everything.
Right.
And we loaded up along with her and the puppies, drove an hour down to the emergency vet. Basically stayed the night trying to sleep in office chairs. She had to undergo an entire other surgery, like after just having underwent that. And then yeah, we finally got to leave at like 5 in the morning, and then we drove home in like the worst winter storm weather. It was not fun.
Yeah. Kristen, Mike is running a little bit late, and Sean, we decided to go a separate direction. So that's where they're at. So with that, how long did it end up taking them to push that back in and sew her back up?
I'm not really sure because from when the time we got there, they took off the plastic wrap that I had. They, just sort of cleaned off what the tissue was there to see
Right,
what it was, rewrapped her for a minute. And then they left her with us for a little bit while they prepped everything. It felt like it was quite a while. And she was able, it was good because, we had the puppies. I didn't have anything along for bottle feeding them or anything like that. So she was
right.
able to nurse them before going into surgery. I know she was back in the room with me around like 2:30 in the morning, and she was like like just so drugged up. Like she was just like, I think she was seeing things, run around the room or something, and she was
Wow.
crazy. But so I was just trying to keep her calm. Like that was a
Right,
little hard in the beginning. Um, After about 40 minutes, she was able to nurse the puppies, but we basically had to wait then, about 3 hours or so after she came back to us before we could go just to evaluate.
right.
So thankfully she's done great. I'm shocked because um I decided to make the theme for this litter the breakthrough. The breakthrough litter. Well, but the breakthrough was supposed to be like, because this is the year London like break
Right,
out of
right.
like the old patterns or stagnant life, right? And have a breakthrough. So
But
I came up with like this whole list of words like, perseverance and integrity and courage and all these different things. And then I looked up names that had the meaning of each word and like picked names for the puppies, based on that.
nice, nice.
But it was funny because all the words I was looking up, Audrey, which is the mom's name, was on the list. So like Audrey's like bold and courageous and like all these like great traits. And I felt that in
Right,
watching her through this experience because I could not believe how quickly and well she just like bounced straight back out of these like major surgeries and just was like boom right there and like those are my babies and those are my puppies and I'm taking care of them and like she was just right back to business every time like it was nothing. It was crazy.
that's awesome. That's awesome. You know, so I mean, dang, Eric, I mean, how can we top that one, right?
No, yeah, I don't know. That's a rough like week, I guess, or 72 hours, or
Yeah,
I don't
Well,
know.
it
I,
extended into the week for me. I felt like
yeah, oh yeah,
everything that I went through emotionally there like has yeah, it's
yeah.
drug with me through
You
the week.
still not recovered, right? I mean, you still not
No.
recovered. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know. I'm glad everybody's okay. I'm glad everything's working out for positive results because
Yeah,
that's amazing
definitely.
stuff. So.
what's going on, Sammy?
Thank
How you
you.
doing, buddy?
Good, good. Hold on, let me just shut my phone off.
Yep. Sammy, Eric, Sammy, Stephanie, Sammy.
How you doing?
How we doing?
Good, good.
Hello.
How you doing?
So then, your breeding season, Eric's looking pretty nice this year. Then, for what I'm hearing, you got the ball pipe or the blood clutch. You got quite a few ball pythons that's seeming like it. They're going to be going for you, and then you got what you said, quite a few that you're looking at that are starting to build.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a lot of them that are starting to build too. But I don't know. Right now, I mean, the next clutch that I'm super excited for, I have a hopefully I'll be able to get some clown pieds. I've got a pied hat clown going to clown hat pied. I mean, there's genes involved, but hopefully I can get that. And then I have some like building blocks for like hypo clown stuff going.
Okay.
And then a couple other. I mean, the bulk of what's pregnant right now are some of the pet stuff that we'd sell at shows. Some
Right.
super fires and things like that.
Okay, nice. It's going to be some pretty animals, some real pretty animals.
Yeah. That's what we. I don't know. That's what I want to do. I want everything to be pretty. I mean, that's. I figure if I can get some solid building blocks to build off of, I don't mind starting from the bottom. I mean, that's where everybody did.
Right.
So I think that like I can just kind of build it up and kind of look and see like even though the animal looks really well, what kind of animals is it producing for me? You
Right.
know, and how do those look, and which genetics
But
am I going to truly choose to cultivate, even if it's in that same genetic field, because it's there are so many different lines and different aspects, and I'm seeing things with my eyeballs, and I like certain stuff that other people might like the opposite, even though it's, you know, I just
Right.
want to kind of be able to choose that stuff because I have nothing but time. This is the rest of my life, so
Right. Right. So, well, I mean, time is one of the most valuable things we have, though, and if we're doing it, and if we're spending it doing it something or doing something we love, then hey, you got to say, spend that time doing it.
yeah,
Like they say, is you got to cherish every moment, and if those moments are moments that you love doing, then it's perfect. So is there anything that you want to show off, or anything like you have up for sale that you want to show off, Eric?
no, I mean maybe. I mean, how long do we have?
Oh, I mean, you still got a good 40 minutes, and that
I don't
I'm
I don't know.
having.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
Well, let me ask you. So, what are some of the more higher end recessives that you're working with?
Oh, that I'm working with. I mean, I have I mean like Desert Ghost Pieds. I mean that I'm looking at. I haven't produced one yet, but I'm going to be ended up making some hypo clown stuff, hypo clown pieds.
Right,
I mean,
right, right.
I have a hypo pied het clown. And I have a couple of them. I also got a few animals that are coming in on Wednesday that are
Yeah, I
there's
was good.
another hypo clown het pied, and then a lace clown. I think it's
Nice.
a fire vanilla lace clown, and then I mean some other stuff that I'm just kind of adding in.
And
But
and what would you say, Sammy, is your high end recessives that you're working this year?
I'm doing some clowns like he's doing. I'm doing super pastel mandarin to a leopard yellow belly red stripe clown. So she's
Okay.
ready to hopefully
Yeah.
she's wrapped around the bowl. She's huge. Hopefully she'll lay some eggs. And then I got the same male going to an orange green fire Enchi clown female. And he's a leopard yellow belly red stripe clown. Then
Nice.
another clown I got is so Russo. He's an Enchi Russo. Where is he? Oh, yeah. So Enchi Russo clown fire spot nose. So I got him going to a normal clown female. So them are my real. And then I got my pies going. And then I got
Right.
some. Hopefully I can make some dreamsicle this year. I got a snow lavender going to a orange dream yellow belly fire pie het lavender.
Ooh.
So I got them two going, and then try to do some candinos,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
then super blackhead. I'm putting
Ooh.
I
Yes.
got a pastel spot nose blackhead clown to a pastel blackhead Mojave het DG, but I pulled him out to be DG last year because he gave me some blackhead DGs, Mojave fire. So I got that. He's
Okay.
getting big. So
So,
I got
and
one
how
snake for sale. I got one snake for sale.
that's all you got left for this year? I was just going to ask, and what you have to show off for sale?
It's a
Just the one.
TSK pie, a Xanthic.
Nice. Nice. And what about you, Stephanie? What's your high end recessives that you're working this year?
So, hopefully we'll get some Kryptons with the Firefly Het Clown with the Yellow Belly Desert Ghost Het
Right.
Cryptic. But I have a couple of new females that are currently in quarantine. And when those come out, I'm hoping to aim for some Desert Ghost Kryptons.
Ooh, nice, nice.
Um,
Nice.
Possible pastel yellow belly stuff in them too. But and then also hoping for some Wookiee Kryptons. So I'm gonna be trying to get those girls. Hopefully, those girls will work for me this year.
Now, is all your cryptic in with clown, or do you have any pure line cryptic?
Like the Yellow Belly Desert Ghost, is het cryptic. I don't have any visual like straight
Okay.
cryptics, but I have the het cryptic. So
Well, the nice thing with the cryptic is you
or
can really make
Kryptons
three
together.
Kryptons. Right.
Hmm.
So, and Mike, we know what you're working this year. A lot of sunset stuff this year. Sunset Pied, right?
Yeah, I have 4 pairings. I have a Het Sunset male, double Het Sunset Clown male, and I have 1 Het Sunset female. So I'm going to test for the clown for that. And then I also have a double Het Sunset Clown female, and then I have a Inchi Yellow Belly Pied to the Het Sunset Het Clown, and I'm going to test for Sunset and Clown. I'm hoping the odds gods are with me.
Yeah, I hope so too, because that's going to be some nice clutches. And Stephanie, those Krypton clutches and that is going to be better. Those
Yeah,
are going to
I hope we hit some of those, and then I have my hope is my hope is to hit that with like the Wookiee, with the Wookiee this year too.
right.
But then next year, if my male gets up to size, I want to aim for Exanthic. What is it going to be? Wookiee clowns. Wookiee clowns het Exanthics is the
Okay.
TSK is what it would
That'd
be.
be real nice.
Yeah, well.
I got a nice pie for you, a male. TSK, ready to breed.
Yeah, I have a bunch of
My females
triple
aren't
Het
ready.
TSK
My
stuff.
TSK females aren't ready. I think my biggest one is like close to 1,000 grams. So
And I'm letting them go cheap. Let them go real cheap. I paid a
Do you
lot
need
of
a
money
puppy? Do you need a puppy, Sammy?
A bull terrier, Sammy.
I might take some of them cryptic clowns.
Yeah.
So
I have a bunch of triple hets for sale. TSK clown pieds.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
I mean that type of stuff. I have this too. This is a DG pied het cryptic.
Hold on one
This is
second.
me.
Now, is that
I
a
don't
female?
know.
Is that a
This is a
female?
male. This is a male.
nice.
Yeah. Well, he just hit 700 grams, so he's gonna be breeding.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You
He's
can
gonna
breed
be
right
breeding
now.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, his females aren't up. I'm just waiting for him to get there.
Yeah, that's
So they all
cool.
went late last year. So
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's a pretty nice thing. So I don't know. I have a couple shots to hit. Long shots to hit the triple, right? But and honestly, if I make it, it's not going anywhere. So I don't know why, But
Yeah,
I
are you
will have
pairing-
pieces. The pieces I don't
Are you
want.
pairing the triple Het?
I'll be making a lot of hets, but I do have triple het females, and I have visual double hets. And so I mean, I've pied double het visuals. I have Desert Ghost double het visuals. I have Clown
Nice.
double het visuals. So, but this is het cryptic, so I'm making Krypton stuff. So
Yeah, I know someone had triple Het, clown pied, and hypo, and they wound up producing 2 clown pieds out of like 6 eggs.
So this is the male.
Nice. That's
He's
real
really
nice.
pretty.
Yeah, it is.
400.
dark.
400 free shipping.
Damn, Sammy.
And I bought them in 2000, the end of 2022.
yeah,
I paid $2,000 for them.
I have this girl here. She's a Krypton double het.
Krypton.
Ooh.
Krypton.
Is that banana as well, or is that can?
Yeah, this is a banana spot nose Inchi banana spot nose Inchi triple het.
Ooh,
Or sorry, Krypton double het for Desert Ghost Pied.
and he's for sale. You said?
No, not for sale. she is building follicles. So
I'm excited.
yeah, no,
She's
it'll
big.
it'll be pretty cool. I mean, I'm not sure how banana's going to really work, but not all of them are going to be bananas. So she's She's just ready to go, right? So,
She's
That's
beautiful.
a
She's
female
beautiful. I
banana.
like banana. I got bananas too.
oh
Eric,
yeah,
is
I
that
got lots
a
of
female?
I
bananas.
like banana. The
She's
only
good.
thing that I don't like about the banana is when they start getting older and they start getting those little black speckles or freckles on
Yeah,
them.
well, I'll
That
get it close. She's got a couple of them, but
yeah,
I don't know
and
if we can see one. Not very many.
Yeah.
Not
no,
very many. So,
Now is that a banana female, Eric?
yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple of them. I have her sister, and then I have a couple other banana clowns.
Yeah, the males out of that clutch will be female makers. So if you
Correct.
keep the males,
Yeah.
This
okay.
is a banana right here. No
oh
dots.
yeah, see that's clean too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is a banana. What is it? Let me see. So this is a hypo banana Mojave.
See, yeah, I ain't got no banana in my collection, and a lot of them that I see on Morph Market all have a lot of those black freckles on it, and it's like, man, if they would stay clean like that, like what Eric and Sammy just pulled out, man, I would like them a little bit better. And
Well,
that
some of them do. I mean,
right,
Belgians, fire, like anything the fire complex, it's going to keep those spots down. Yellow belly seems to work. I'll go get a male breeder and show him to you. He doesn't have very many spots, and he's 6 years old. I think he's 6 years
okay,
old.
I got a banana female, but she's a banana calico, but she's I got her breeding, so I don't want to move her around. But I got another banana that he's calico. He's orange green yellow belly banana calico, 50% pastel, 50% clown pie. So I'm gonna test them out for the clown and the pie.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he proves out for that clown pie.
Yeah, some people say
Yeah,
the Coral Glow, which is the same as banana. I think that's a little bit cleaner.
This pastel banana yellow belly.
That's nice.
Like I said, there's spots on there. But he's super bright. I mean, he's changed colors. He used to be more orange, orange and yellow, but you can see kind of the gray sides on there and stuff. But,
Yeah,
he's got a lot of contrast. Yeah, he's been a good breeder. Most of his babies look awesome. So.
And bananas do at the shows. They're pretty good sellers.
Yes, he's
about to be replaced by the super banana. So.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys feel about the Coral Glow banana? Do you guys feel that it's something different? I mean, I know they say it's the same, but you look at them beside each other, and it does seem like the Coral Glow is a little bit cleaner, a little bit brighter. What's your guys' opinion on that?
Well, let me ask you this, Brian. What have you ever looked at somebody's table and then looked at the next table down and they have the exact same genetics, but they don't look the same?
Yeah.
I mean, it's more about what you're pairing it to and getting out of it than it is about the cultivation of the one gene. Because if we line breed things down, we can key on certain traits and keep those back and end up breeding them fairly together. But if your stock isn't good on the way up, you're going to end up muddying the waters.
Okay, that I can understand it. I see that. Well, you got
Coral Glow and banana are the exact same thing. They make supers when we breed them together.
Yep.
But the cultivation of the genes, so the line, you would say, could be representing differently, especially with expressions. But if you breed it to the best, you're going to get the best.
Yeah, kind of like your Orange Dream and your high intensity Orange Dream stuff. When you breed the oranges to the oranges, you're going to get the orangest stuff.
Yep. Yeah, look at all the new lines of Orange Dream whenever they're testing the same, like the deep orange and all that stuff. I mean, they're just cultivating and line breeding that stuff down to where it's like, I mean, it's awesome. Keep going. Right. We love it. I love working with it too.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, you got any questions, Stephanie? You've been quiet tonight.
No, I haven't. I was listening.
I would say she's probably tired.
No, I'm good. I actually got my husband stayed up till 5 last night hanging out in the living room, so I got to sleep in my bed.
Pie. Banana pie crow glow, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, those whites.
That's got a lot of color.
Yeah.
I had a banana super pastel that I moved out. You know, it was one that I had
That is
before I
very
got
nice.
serious.
I apologize. She might be a little bit dirty, but she's a dirty, dirty girl anyway. This is a banana Java Pied. Yeah, I know that the Java was a lot more rich whenever she was younger, but she does have a couple spots on her. But the Java's kind of a, I know the camera's not picking it up, but still has a lot of like orange tones to her and that purple look. So she's I don't know, she's a big breeder girl, right? So
Yes, Pierce, smash
this
that
is-
like button. Oh,
yeah, she's gonna.
beautiful.
Banana's awesome, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to get the Java out of it and be able to cultivate that through too, because Java is
like-
one of those things that Mark Mendick had that really like not a lot of people have really worked it yet. So just trying to trying to get a little piece anyway.
Right, and like that, I like banana. I just didn't wish it didn't get those black little freckles. Like if it didn't get those black freckles, I would love.
In my opinion, it is the only gene that we've ever named that actually stayed true to its name because it works just like a banana. As it ages, it gets its spots. All the rest of them are like some of them are silly, but a lot of them are just I can stand behind the ones that are named after like people of significance, like your daughter or whatever. But like the rest of them that weren't, they didn't really describe well.
Yeah, like the het daddy, like
yeah. Yeah, I'm not calling anything daddy, all right?
Right. Come on, what is with that name?
Here's another. This banana right here got a lot of.
That's why it's not here.
Right.
That's why it's not here anymore. It's because we too many guys are trying to say daddy, and they don't. No, we're just not doing that anymore.
Right.
Here's another banana.
What's
got this one is a banana.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Banana leopard lesser pastel spot nose head clown.
That's a mouthful.
That Lester's really holding stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Lester looks good as adults too. I mean, if you really want to look at them, they let me see. That's not it. This one.
Are you breeding that one this year, Sammy?
No, I'm growing her up to put her with a leopard,
like this girl,
yellow belly, banana clown.
Yeah, this is a leopard butter pastel fire. So I mean, and like Lester stays looking awesome. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. She's got some hats, and she is hat clown, so that helps with the brightness. But she's a beautiful girl.
Man, I love what Lester does. I love how it makes it.
You gonna get them?
Yeah.
Now, with her being head clown, does she have like that little Mickey Mouse stamp on her head, on top of her head?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if I can get her set still. I'll get her up here in the camera. Does she?
I mean, lightly, you kind of.
Maybe she got like some ears but no head, right?
Yeah.
I don't know because I mean I've only noticed weird like patterns in the less genes that you have in it. It's like more normals or like just one gene, and usually the darker ones. But like once you stack them together like that, I mean she's definitely she's like all the way head clown. I've produced plenty of clowns with her, but yeah, that's I don't know. There's no definitive markers for any of these. They are just random guesses whenever we're talking about markers. It's just we can definitively say because of this look whenever I'm seeing it side by side with another animal in the same clutch that one is probably het and that one probably isn't. So I don't really like doing like the I want to have a visual on one side on almost everything so I can avoid that nonsense.
So there's a het clown, actually one of yours, Eric. All right.
Yeah.
You can see the Mickey Mouse head stamp, right?
Is that the one you were thinking was epic?
No. Right. So you see the Mickey Mouse head stamp. Hold on. That's one head, because I got a couple head clowns here, and they all come from different places, and they all have the same head stamp. Hold on.
Yeah, I've got some Het Sunset. The Het Clown stuff has the Mickey Mouse heads.
Nice.
Yeah, me and Brian just been kind of like going back and forth. The Mickey Mouse heads, they got to be That's got to be like they're kind of a marker for the het clown stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen weird blushing head stamps in a lot of het things, but
Yeah.
does that mean it's het clown, or is that like? I mean,
Right.
how do we figure out monsoon, right? I mean,
Yeah, because
it-
that
it's
came out of
saying that they can
Stranger.
pick them out now, right? So it's
Yeah.
the little things. We just have to
Right.
have the time to breed them back together.
That
Yeah,
Mickey
because
Mouse
they
head
found the
stamp.
monsoon come out of the old Stranger stuff.
No, monsoon came out of crystals.
Okay.
But and the crystal is like it's almost see through, but you can see things through it. So and it was just kind of a random thing that they found that just they eventually bred down the line to where they're breeding some like offspring that split off through their line breeding of that particular gene, making crystals, and they ended up popping out something that was freaking crazy looking.
Third
And
one.
that's how we're gonna find a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, show your head. Now this third
There you
one
go.
all have the Mickey Mouse head stamp. Now that's 3 different ones.
That's
all
a
with
nice
Mickey-
looking animal.
Oh yeah, this one here.
Yeah,
I don't know where
I
I
like
got
the
this.
loot.
Yeah, I have no idea where I got this one from.
What do
Man,
you mean? You found it outside? You don't know where it came from?
Oh, this is that one that from you that I was talking about. I think is epic.
Oh, okay. No, that's a nice looking animal. I
Yeah.
like that thing.
Like I said, look at how
It almost
crazy
looks spot nose. Yeah.
this is that one that come from you.
Oh, really? She's huge. Good job.
Can't wait to pair her up.
Oh shoot! Now I gotta remember which animal it came from. So I'm breeding again. Probably already sold it. Shoot, I'm dumb like that.
Like yeah, when I picked up those 2 females double head clown pie from you, that's one of them. That's the one that you have labeled asphalt / yellow belly. I'm believing more asphalt, but
Probably it's pretty dark.
yeah, I don't know if that's the head influence making that pattern all crazy like that, but it's nuts. It is nuts.
I don't know. I mean, I mean, I've and not every animal by any means, but I bought a lot of animals from high end breeders, right? And buying kind of their lower end stuff that they might not tell me everything about, that they're trying to get rid of, and I try to pick out the oddest thing, And now I've graduated a little bit in the last couple of years to getting actually buying what I need and want, because I'm not as broke. I'm still broke. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very, very broke. But but I actually have cash flow that I can play with now in the business. So.
Right. And that now, are you focusing more on projects this year, or are you focusing more on like animals to sell?
No, I'm always focusing on projects. A lot of the animals that I make to sell, I'm still trying to do different things with them. So last year, I made a whole bunch of freeways and highways, and I made those mainly to for one to sell, but for another, I'm trying to replace like some breeders that are getting older. So
Right.
I need to be able to do that, and then the rest of the time I'm making because I mean I want to make the asphalt and highway everything's also just like everybody else. I just have to have the animals to do it.
Right. What you got
And it
there?
just
Oh, sorry, Eric.
yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to talk the whole time.
What you got there, Sammy?
So this is I bred this one. She's a super. Well, the mother was a Super Russo, and the father was a leopard, yellow belly, red striped clown. So this is one of the females. I'll show you the male.
Nice.
It just came out with some crazy patterns on the side with that yellow belly.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Yes, it
nice.
did.
Mhm.
Now,
Nice. What's the belly look like? There you go.
Have you had any clutches drop yet, Sammy?
No, yeah, I'm waiting for some females.
No.
Hopefully any day now. Hopefully by the end of the month. I got.
Yeah, I got that leopard clown girl in there, and
Yeah.
she's so big you think she looks like a big old water balloon about to pop.
Yeah. Same with me. I got a couple females that are ready to to erupt, but they're not doing it.
And
So
hold on. Let me see.
This is the restaurant one. Go ahead, sir.
What do you have there, Stephanie?
Well, so this is the one, you know how they say everyone's got a normal that they think is something more than a normal.
Yes,
So
of course.
this is my girl that should be like my most, you know, probably most basic one,
Wow,
but
she's
she's got
dark.
the coolest freaking pattern.
Yeah, and those blacks are really dark on her.
Very dark.
Like
But
no blood
let me
coming up
see.
the sides or anything.
Let me see the belly.
Like she's got
Ooh,
like hat tracks on her belly.
Oh, yeah.
She's
She
that
probably
pie.
is. She probably
yeah,
is het pied.
and look, that bump belly is really
Look at
dirty.
these shapes though
Ooh,
in her pattern.
That's definitely a granite type animal. I mean, I don't know. That might be like a low expression like Blitz or Hurricane. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
like stapling. I'm not telling you to spend money to go freaking find out, but you know,
Oh,
that's
I
there's a
probably
lot
will
of
test her
lot of
for
hooks
a
and
couple
ladders.
of. I
yeah,
know. I probably will test her for a couple different things just for curiosity. But I'm gonna play with her no matter
Yeah,
what because I think she just I love her pattern
yeah,
is so wild and she's so fun.
yes, it
might as
is.
well. You might as well.
I had
Now,
a suggestion of possible like het pied het hypo the other day, and I have a Mojave leopard um het pied het hypo male, so I thought about maybe putting the two of them together when they both get he's good to go, but when she gets up to
Yeah,
size, maybe putting them both and see what happens with that.
yeah. See if you can't pull out that same expression.
Mm-hmm.
dang, Sammy, look at that belly.
Sammy, you showing your belly again?
Yeah, Sammy's always out there pulling out the heat.
Oh,
Oh
no,
yeah.
you said he's showing his belly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's showing
No, I
his.
like
Well,
those
this is
shots.
I produced
I like those
this
shots.
one last year. So like I said, you know, I think we
Yeah,
think this one is a red stripe Russo yellow belly 100% clown because her father was a visual clown. Red stripe yellow belly.
Nice.
And look at the markings
Yeah,
on there,
look,
and it goes all the way around to his stomach.
Now, what's her head look like?
Nice.
Sammy's that have like that little Mickey Mouse up there. I'm just curious. Brian's got me on this thing now where asking everybody about the head, about the Mickey Mouse stamps.
I think she just got a normal head.
No,
If I can get her to see it.
Yeah, I
Like
just
this-
noticed a lot of my head clown stuff,
yeah.
and that has that little Mickey Mouse blushing head stamp on them. And I don't know if it's just me or the animals, but like I said, it just seems like a lot of my head clown stuff has that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a inchy yellow belly girl that I traded for a rack that I got for free. I was like, hell, she's
Nice.
breeding size. I'm gonna breed her.
And she
So
has Itchy in it, and she leopard.
Yeah.
the
No,
inch-
this is oh, you're talking. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I had the inchy yellow belly girl. I traded a rack for it, so I got that for free. And then I wound up breeding her to a pied. And she had no like pied markers or anything, and I was surprised when I cut the eggs, and there was 2 pieds in there.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
So
That Enchi didn't have leopard in it, Mike.
not that I know of. No.
Okay. What's going on, Ken? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. What you got there, Eric? Ooh,
This is well, check out the green eyes, right?
What's up,
I
Ken?
don't know if I can get it to focus. The
Is it super-
green eyes, man. It's freaking
I can see
awesome.
the green eyes. Yeah.
This is a super inchy, super orange dream pastel double het clown pod.
Yep. Yeah. Once you say green eyes, I say, oh, that's definitely super inchy because I can't see, but
Oh, yeah.
kind of remember all
Yeah,
of
no, it's
Is that
just
what I
bright
need to
blue
be
eyes,
looking
but-
for, Eric?
What's
That
that?
one male that I had with that one male that I sent you pictures of, you said you thought he was super inchy. Is that what I need to look
Yeah.
for?
Well, what you're gonna look for is like you see the earmuffs on this thing.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Wrong
like
person.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
it back in
Yeah.
you see those earmuffs how they almost come
yeah.
together. That's
Yeah.
that's the trademark super inchy. Plus, I mean, you're gonna see a
Okay.
lot of banding. It's gonna narrow the pattern down to where there isn't hardly any bands. If I can get this down here, hardly any bands
Oh.
coming down the sides, right? So, I mean, it's really going to expand everything. It's a super inchy. So like you're gonna get a
Gotcha.
lot
I'm
of
gonna go grab that
stripes
guy real
coming
quick.
across. Yeah, I can take a look at it. I'm not, I'm not the master at ID in anything, but I'll look. I don't know. This is a pretty cool animal, and it's for sale. It's up on Morph Market.
What's that one? A super inchy? What is it?
Super inchy, super orange dream, pastel double het clown pied.
Oh,
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. No.
Oh, look at that. Nice, Sammy.
What do you think this one is?
Got to be probably calico because Sammy got a lot of calicos.
Oh, that looks like.
Hold on. Let me come back.
That's looking leopard to me. Well, let's see the that got spot nose in it, Sammy.
No, it's the mother was a lesser het clown to a leopard yellow belly pie het clown. And I got 3 visual clowns and this girl right here, but her back, the bottom of her tail is all orange.
Oh wow!
And yeah,
you can see the orange.
Washed.
Yeah, it is. That's weird.
You see the bottom is all orange down there.
I guarantee you that proves out to be pie.
Well, the father was a visual pie het clown, and
to the het clown.
Yeah, well, the mother was a lesser het clown. The father was a leopard yellow belly pie het clown, and I got 3 visual clowns.
Nice.
And I seen you pull something out there, Steph. What you got there?
Well, so this is the one I had.
Yeah, leopard or leopard enchi.
So I got him as an orange dream, leopard enchi, het desert ghost, like 50% het cryptic. But I think when I was showing Eric pictures that he had said something about possibly like super enchi, but it's not like cleaned out like his is. I don't think that
orange stream reduces pattern a lot.
Yeah, it depends on which genes are kind of mixed in it to clean them
I'm
up.
like, he doesn't want to cooperate with me.
That's a big boy.
No.
Is that a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's super or not, but I mean, breeding will tell. I would think it'd have a little bit bigger earmuffs, but I don't know if I mean it.
Well, I wasn't sure I was going to keep it.
Definitely
Like,
is
I got a bunch of animals, kind of together when I got that rack. So I've got a good handful of males that I really need to move some stuff out and make decisions on. But
yeah,
I really like him though. I like him a lot. I know I'm tempted. That's the problem. Is like you get to him and
you keep them, and then you keep them for a while, and then maybe try to prove them out. And then if they don't prove out, then you get rid of them.
Yeah.
But you never know what you got in them.
Beautiful. That a girl?
Yeah, that's the female.
Ooh, she is beautiful.
What is she?
Yeah,
Eric?
so this is a pastel fire leopard butter.
Okay, I thought the butter. I love
The
that.
exact
color.
copy. Yeah, exact copy of the adult I just showed off. So
no recessives
that we got that. It's het clown, just het clown.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's up for sale. I don't have her posted anywhere, but
And what are you asking for her?
I don't know, like 500.
There you guys go. Beautiful animal right there.
I have a couple of these. They're smaller. This is the
that's nice.
One, so I had to show it off. This is a confusion clown, but I have a couple of these coming up for sale soon. I got a male and a female. Then I have some with pinstripe in it, but I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to let them go yet. Look at that belly. Just confusion clown. But I have a lot of hets too. I have a lot of het confusion clowns that are. I don't have listed anywhere. I don't list things. I got.
Yeah, I got one of your confusion het clowns. Oh yeah. You got a really nice line of confusion, man. I will say that. Even my little confusion het clown boy, he's beautiful.
Yeah, these things are pretty cool.
So you guys hear that? Make sure
I
you go
like the rich colors on
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to plug this into a little bit more. I got a black pastel confusion Het Clown run into a lot of visual clown females this year. I think I sledded for 5 of them.
Okay,
So,
hey, so you
and
got
he's already been in cages with a few. So,
is he locked up right now? That black confusion?
uh, no, he's not. I can go get him. He's upstairs. I gotta go grab him.
Yeah, because I actually have a
Show him
black
to you.
acid that I would like to kind of compare the difference between the acid and the confusion.
Okay.
Ooh, that's nice, Sammy.
So the female that I just showed you, this is the brother. This is the brother of that female.
Is that Bongo?
No, it's we think it's a leopard, lesser, yellow belly, clown, 100% pie.
Huh? I wonder why the patterns chaining together like that.
No. The mother was a lesser head clown. The father was a leopard, yellow belly, pie head clown, and he's a visual clown.
Yeah, like I know the leopard changed everything together, but man, that's really chained together.
Yeah, so this is the boy I produced last year, and then I got a girl, same thing. She's going to Mark. So.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, this is black pastel confusion het clown.
Okay, now hold on. Let me pull out my black pastel acid.
Ooh, now I want to go get. I only have one black pastel, so I want to go get her.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, the belly's kind of faint on here. I don't know if you can. There you go. You can kind of see it.
Yeah,
got a lot of pattern down on there, but I mean that's I don't know. The confusion kind of jumbled it up, but it still looks very much, I don't know, like an odd black pastel.
Right. So, like,
excuse me.
Here's the acid version of it.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing.
Are you okay?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Yeah.
I would say maybe the alien heads on the acid is a little bit more broken up, more granity than the confusion.
Yeah, maybe, or it might just be this line, or maybe it's the black pastel, or I don't know. Everyone's like a fingerprint, right? So did they decide whether the black pastel or the confusion and the acid were different or the same, or I still don't know.
I do believe they did prove it to be two different genes, the acid and the confusion.
Yeah, I've heard so many different stories.
Celtic?
I don't even know.
Right.
Where'd you get that one, Brian? Was that from Celtic, from Jeff and Angie?
Yeah, this one's from Celtic. That's the one that they're testing to see if it's a Barnhart line or not.
Yeah. No, Celtic's some of the best people in the game, man. They're the real deal. They're honest, great people. I mean, they're so friendly and welcoming.
Yeah, they have over 600 snakes now. Ball pythons anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had the honor to been next to them at the AARPE in Kansas City, because they're down in that Kansas City type area. I know they're south, like closer to Independence, but
that's awesome.
They're pretty awesome. Pretty awesome people.
And that's your
this girl.
Ooh, look how orange that
this girl
is. Is that Barnhart?
Leopard. She's leopard, possible super leopard, black pastel, yellow belly, double het clown pie.
Okay. It might be the yellow belly bringing in that orange coloring. That is beautiful.
Put her with the sunset mill.
She might be going in. She's kind of pink on her belly, orange on her belly.
Yeah. Probably going.
But she's got a really wild pattern too. I love.
Yes,
I love the wild patterns. Those are awesome.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
I just wish I can see them like I used to be able to. So
right.
With all y'all's excitement, it really is like, man, that's got to be an awesome snake. So.
Well, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. Have the daughter explain some of these animals.
Oh yeah. I know most of them, but.
Ooh,
like
nice.
Right.
I was trying to see if I could get her eyes to show, because they're almost like blue gray.
Oh yeah, she's definitely going into the shed.
Eyes, yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Ooh.
Nice.
It's a GHI Mojave clown. So got a lot of gray tones there. Neat. It's got an interesting head. It's like a star pattern. Come on, cooperate. Come on, buddy. Look down.
Ooh, I like
There
that
you
head
go.
and that
Yeah.
coloring.
Yeah, just that neat looking animal. So we were lucky enough to get one of those whenever we were trying to make I don't know, some banana stuff. I mean, I have an animal named Moon. I'll pull her out real quick.
How many of us have like multiple animals wrapped around us at the same time right now?
Like,
I do.
yeah.
Well, this this black pastel goes upstairs. So here we go. Let me
Let's say
find.
most of you guys just
Here you
get to
go.
walk across your room. I have to run down the stairs and across half the house
Ooh,
and then run
I
back
like
up.
that
There you
area.
go.
Nice.
It says Moon right on it, right? And
Yes.
the crazy part is that on the other side, she tells us all that she's going to be a future mom,
Oh,
right?
nice.
But yeah, she's way cool. Like she's a spot nose Mojave banana clown.
Oh, hell yeah. She's
Yeah,
beautiful.
so that head
And
looks awesome. Yeah, she has. I don't know if the camera picks this up, but she's like fiery orange and going to
yes,
purple all the way on the dorsal.
Hmm.
Just freaking awesome looking animals. I got a whole bunch of stuff like this. So
um,
Nice.
I don't know. She's for sale too. She's also not listed anywhere, but I don't know. I have her, and then I have a fire scarecrow. Whichever one sells first, I'm keeping the other one. So you can help me make
Now,
my
where you
decision. Pick
located
one.
at?
Pick one.
Where are you located?
I'm in Iowa. I'm in near Des Moines,
Okay.
Iowa. So I do a lot of the Midwest stuff, but most of it's this side of the Mississippi. I sometimes come out towards Chicago, but that's about as far as I get.
I gotta
As
drive
things
10
pick
minutes to
up, I
get to
might
my
go.
snake room, so I can't run down the stairs.
So I have
Yeah,
a question
yeah.
for everybody. Why everybody's here? Because everybody that I've talked to all do it a little bit differently. Now, how often do you guys change out all of your substrate in your tubs or your rack systems or your enclosures or whatever you use?
I change it all the time when they take big poops. I don't need to bother wiping it down. I just change I'll take the box out of here, give a new one, throw some mulch in there, and that's
Okay.
it.
And what about
Especially
you?
the babies. The babies I do all the time, because babies.
Right.
So
And how often do you do a full change out of bedding, Stephanie?
It just depends on what it's looking like. I just take it each one as it goes, but I've switched to Aspen,
Okay.
which is
When
funny because you know how we all have like our own weird little like ideas and opinions on
yeah,
things in our head, like when I first started and I would see like people have pictures with like the Aspen bedding and I would just think like it's so dumb, right? Like there's no reason to think it, but I would just be like, oh, that just looks so weird. Like that just doesn't even look right. I don't think I would never I don't think I'd ever
right,
use that. And
right.
now I'm like Aspen all the way because the cocoa like killed my lungs so
Right.
bad. And the
no kidding.
best yeah, the
Yeah.
so bad. The best one that I had was like the Repti bark, because it's already like pre-set how it's gonna be. But
Right.
the Aspen, I got that like Chewy had like the big like 7.5 cubic, foot like the big bag. And I
Right.
got that and it's like covered all of my racks and all of my tubs that are on my shelves and like I still have some left.
I heard it's
And it's
cheaper too.
awesome because when you go to clean it out, you can see right where you can see where all the wet area is. Like you can see the poop, but not like where it's been wet in the cocoa.
Right.
But this you can see all the wet area and stuff. So it's
Okay.
real easy. I use like a cat scoop, like litter scoop, and
Okay.
you can separate the clean stuff from the dirty stuff and like take it right out, wipe out anything that needs wiped down in that end and put some new stuff down and it stays really nice and fresh and it's been way better for my lungs. So
Awesome. Hell yeah.
I heard
And what about
I heard
you?
a lot of people like that. It keeps the moisture nice.
Yeah. And what about
yeah.
you, Eric? How often do you do a full change out on your bedding?
The babies are on paper towels. They're changed every 3 days. and then all the adults and subadults are changed out every time they shed.
Okay.
So if there's a
And
shed in the tub, it gets full cleaned, and then
right,
otherwise we're spot cleaning in between.
right,
So
right,
it keeps us on schedules, and if we see a tub that's like really dirty and the substrate's starting to change, we know that this animal like should have had a shed cycle. We can kind of mark it and look at it a little bit closer. And also, like one of the indicators that we look at for just overall animal health is like if animals are shedding a little bit quick, so that the bedding still looks really good, and the
right.
animal is shed cycle again, then we know that we might have an issue, and we'll start swabbing and doing stuff like that. So I still haven't found anything yet, but I still spend the money because I don't like. I have too much wrapped up in this.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
But here, check out this animal.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Now, what is that?
So this is a pastel cinnamon orange dream inchy pied breeder. So I mean, he's pretty cool. Like those bright oranges around the saddles. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of pattern. What I've been trying to do is trying to find things that will put more pattern on the cinnamon, which I ended up hitting on Inchy with this animal. I made a female too that I sold her. But now I'm just trying to work some other things in. I ended up buying a banana scrambler pied to go to some of this offspring, see if I can't get more pattern on cinnamon.
Okay.
So I think I don't know. I'm just playing. I think it'd be cool.
We got actually a question for you, Big Mike. What are you working on this year? It comes from Pierce Motorsports and Reptiles.
This year, I have the leopard clown girl going to the sunset het clown male, and then I have the same male put him to a sunset het clown girl, and then I have him also going to a het sunset female. And then I'm trying to the Inchy yellow belly het pied girl. She's bow rapid now, so I'm starting to now pair him with her.
Okay.
But I have an orange dream yellow belly female, a baby that's for sale, then an Inchy het pied girl. But my babies I keep on paper towels.
Okay.
And I check the tubs every day, so anytime they're wet or spill the bow, I change them out. I notice my big breeders I feed every 2 weeks.
Right.
And generally, every 2 months they shed. If I go back to like right before breeding season, I feed every week. They'll shed once a month.
Okay, and
which is odd, but I mean not odd, but it's just like they all
right,
shed.
right. And what kind of bedding do you use?
It just depends. Sometimes cocoa, sometimes just straight paper towel.
Okay.
And it depends on the humidity and the time of the year too.
Right. And now for the two animals that you do have left for sale this year, what are you pricing them at?
The yellow belly pied girl, she's pretty orange. I have her at $250.
And
Morph market, they're between $200 and $500. Just depends, and it's a female.
Man, getting a good deal there, guys. And
yeah, I probe them. I don't pop them or anything like that. My daughter pops them, but I learned how to probe myself.
Right.
Some people say we have to count the scales, but when it goes in like a little bit, if it's a female, if it's like decent, and that gets guaranteed to be a male.
Yep, that's definitely true.
So, and then Brian, because Brian was talking about one of the kits that he had purchased because they're different colors and stuff like that, and so I went and purchased it, and it's been doing pretty good for me.
Nice,
really good investment. So
yes, it is. And now, what you got there, Sammy?
So I made this snake
I'll be right back, Brian.
a year ago, and so I'm working the G-Nex. So see how the patterns are all.
Yep.
So the mother was a pastel orange green yellow belly Enchi, had a pie, and then the father was a orange green yellow belly G-Nex, had pie, and then they gave me this pie.
So nice.
So that we think it might be super orange green. I'm gonna get it tested for a super orange green.
Okay.
And it's a female, so I mean she ain't going nowhere. So I don't even if she's not super orange dream. So But I got the boy just, I'm breeding the boy, her brother, I'm breeding him to a couple of snakes this year.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty, Eric.
Yeah, it's that pastel inchy super orange dream pied. This is a male though. It's not as cool. but I
He is
don't know.
cool.
He is for sale. Yeah, no, he's definitely cool. He's very bright. He's got a lot of pattern for a pied.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I got a baby just like that growing up.
Yeah, I do have a pied that only has color on the tail. I'll pull her out. Hold on a second.
Pie is my thing.
See, I love the pie. That's one of the things that I'm working into my project, and that. So I am a big fan of the pie, the lavenders, the clowns, PIs, the bright stuff.
She's very, very, very in shed, but this is a pied animal, and that's it.
Wow, wow,
The only color. It's all white. She's in shed, so she's she's feeling kind of shy. She doesn't think she looks beautiful. You're
talk
beautiful,
about
girlie.
yeah, talk about a very high white pie.
Is that for sale?
Yeah. This is the bad end. So this is cinnamon. So I believe cinnamon orange dream. What do you guys think?
It's hard to tell, Derek.
But I don't know. I kept her just because we might as well, right?
Yeah, see,
There you go. That's a nice pine.
yeah,
Nice pine. No,
that NG brings back so much pattern, and that's what you made last year, ain't it, Sammy?
Yeah, they was born last winter.
These were just showing off pies like this thing.
That's nice.
Ooh, that is
So,
nice.
yeah, this is an orange dream yellow belly pie, and that is.
And no entry in that. That's a lot of pattern.
There's no entry in this. No,
Wow, no,
there's
no,
something
no.
else in it, but I don't know what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a mystery. So,
Is
yeah,
that a
straight.
holdback?
There's a dorsal all the way down. What's that?
Is that a
Yeah,
holdback?
yeah, that's
Oh yeah. No, this is not for sale. Not for at least another 4 or 5, maybe 10 years. Whenever I'm done breeding her, I might send her to your house. But maybe. I'm honestly thinking there might be bongo in it.
Bongo.
But I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. It's definitely not scrambler.
Never
but
seen a pie like that.
No, me either. I don't know, man. It's just insane. This is a pie that I don't know. I'm hopefully I can make all of them look like that. Hopefully.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
3 years ago, I had bought a rack from a guy. Well, I was going to buy the rack, and he had 2 pieds. He said they were both males, so I gave him $50 a piece for them. And come to find out, one was a female, so I got a steal on them.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
This is
that female that. Go ahead, Eric.
Wow,
Oh no, what was that you got, Stephanie?
So this is a fairly recent pickup. It's a Cypress leopard yellow belly clown.
Oh yeah, is that the one you got on the auction?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That might be my fault.
I love that.
Yeah, well, that was worth it because he's gorgeous. I would like to put him when he's ready, when they're both ready to go. I'd like to put him to one of the TSK females. I'm thinking it'll probably be I've got let me think. A leopard TSK hat hypo het clown. And so I could get the visual, like, Cypress clown het exanthic 50% hypo, and then ideally if I could hit something awesome that I really want to get from that combination, and then also hit the Wookiee clown het exanthics, then I would try to put those
What's up,
things,
Shauna?
grow those up and put them together.
Nice. Those are going to be some bangers.
Here's that yellow belly pied girl,
Well-
Brian, but I think she's getting ready to go in the shed.
Hey, Sona.
I just
Oh,
can
Nice, nice,
feel a little-
nice.
what's
Well,
going on?
this one's a
What's
the
up?
hypopine head clown.
Ooh,
Super pie.
that's nice. And hold on one
Yeah,
second,
it's
Mike.
Oh, you're good.
Hypopine head clown.
That is beautiful. Hypopide head.
Yes.
Ooh. And yeah, see it.
So
Even with
I'd love to see those cypress like lightning bolts coming down here. That's for sure. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
All right, and let's see yours, Mike.
This is just a yellow belly pied female.
Nice.
Nice.
They're
Want
not
to
head shy. I always work with the. What's that, Brian?
hold a little bit closer?
Can you see it? Get it?
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I always work with the babies. They're not head shy or anything when they're
Mhm.
so.
Hey, Mission Morse, how you doing? Thanks for tuning
Mr.
in.
Morph, what's up?
A lot of people ask, are they head shy? Or, it's like, no, I get them out. 7 days in a week I feed, wait 2 days and get them out 15, 20 minutes every day and work with them. And that way they,
Nice.
like you're biting. and stuff
That's
like
awesome.
that. So,
Now here, Mike, when you go in and reach into the tub to pull out one of the animals, how often do you actually accidentally grab them by the head?
When he gets bit,
um,
he goes, oh, grab the wrong side.
generally never, because I always go towards I either take my hand and go in like from underneath and just kind of
Right.
like take my hand like this and touch them. So I'm not like reaching for their head because their head's generally in the middle. So I always kind of bump them like that a little bit, or I'll take the bigger ones. I've never been bitten, knock on wood.
Nice.
Well, I just, generally with the bigger ones, I'll take a paper towel, especially during breeding season, and I'll just take it and kind of lay it over them and then tap them a couple of times and then pull them right out.
Right. Now, what was that you were holding up there, Sammy?
This is Blackhead DG Mojave Fire Orange Dream.
Oh wow! But that
Nice.
is some
That's beautiful.
calico super orange dream stuff.
Yeah.
This is a male.
Nice.
So
And that's beautiful. That is very beautiful.
Mhm.
Nice.
This guy just shit on me.
he just blessed you.
Yes, he did.
Right on my leg.
Oh man.
So this is the most favorite animal I produced last year.
No
And this
kidding.
does not have pastel in it. This is just
Really?
a hurricane.
Wow.
It's a hurricane cinnamon het pied.
That ain't got no fire, no yellow belly, nothing in it.
Nope. This
Wow.
is just good genetics, man. Good genetics.
Man, yeah, you could definitely fool me showing me that saying no pastel,
Yeah.
no fire, no yellow belly with
No
the
pastel here. Look at that head.
Mhm.
There's no pastel on that.
Oh no,
Not even a
no.
little bit. So there's no fire in the pairing. It's never produced a fire. Like I said, this is just the coolest animal I made last year, and it's definitely not the most expensive, but it's mine, and it's not going anywhere. So, I don't know. I am looking forward to these babies, especially after seeing Justin's video about the hurricane pied stuff. I mean, I'm like just over the moon, thinking that I'm right there.
Eric,
Wow.
I'll give you a hand job for that one.
I'm not into dudes though.
He
I
just
guess-
said he doesn't like to call anybody daddy, Brian.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you have a big sheet I can't see through, it can talk.
Yeah. Hey, Stephanie, how would you like? I had a tank top on one summer and I had a big berm. She pooped. It went all down my back, and it was.
I think this guy just saved up the biggest crap of his life for me. Jeez.
Yeah, Xanthic pied.
Yeah.
This is MJ.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
MJ pieds
MJ's
are the
the best.
prettiest of all the Xanthic pieds for sure. I got the TSK to work with, but the MJ has the prettiest pied.
This guy looks the same when I got him, and he's I got him in 2022, and he still looks the same. Not
Is
as
that the one you were
strong
going
now.
to send me, Sammy?
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, hurricane.
So I bred this guy. He's Enchi, Xanthic, MJ pie. So I bred him to two female pies. I'm doing a split clutch with BNS.
Yep.
So he sent me 3 females, And then one female went with him last year, so I gave him some babies. And then I got 2 pie females, and then he went to the 2 female pies. So I should get visual pies and then some MJs. You
Nice.
know.
Yeah, that is a very nice example of an MJ pie.
Yeah. So that's why I'm getting rid of that other pie, you know, the TSK.
Right.
I'm gonna stick with this line here with the MJ.
I completely forgot about this girl whenever we were showing off bananas. This is the chocolate banana.
Ooh, she's
Nice.
So
Nice.
you
Yeah,
can
purple.
see not too many dots on it, but there are some. I mean, there definitely is, but that it kept that purple. I mean, she's not quite. I mean, she's a hair over 1,000 grams, but she's you know, she's not quite an adult, but she might still change a little bit. But still, I'm just loving those purples.
Yeah.
Getting closer and closer.
And yellow's coming in too.
Yeah, no, just absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. I just looked up and saw her tub and remembered, so it's like, hey, look at that banana. There's some banana.
Man, Eric, you make some really beautiful animals, man. I will say that.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I'm just playing. I've you know, I don't claim to know any more than anybody else. I just, you know, sometimes things surprise me, and and sometimes they don't. I mean, honestly, they don't. And then I have to, you know, pretty much brush them under the table and try to, you know, give some people an opportunity to have a really cool pet that they can have in their house, and you know, try to,
Especially
you know, try to at least. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the bananas really help, especially if I can just make them bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're
I
good.
got a banana. My granddaughter, she's got a Tofino.
Right.
And
there you go.
that snake since she was 3 years old. I bred it last year, and I got this banana. So I always mess around and told him it's Ultramel.
There you go. Yeah, it looks Ultramil. It's all.
Yeah.
I mean, that is bright. That is nice.
That does look Ultramel though, Sammy.
Yeah. So I joke around. I go, "How you like my Ultramel?" And they go, "I didn't know you had Ultramel line." I go, "Yeah, look at this one." But
It
it's
has a real good Ultramel line too.
yeah. I make my own lines. So this guy, the mother was a toffee, and the father was a banana hypo Mojave.
Right. Oh, he's like that is beautiful. Now, here's a little backstage or behind the scenes stuff for people that don't breed or is just now getting into breeding. All right. How often do you guys actually hit the odds compared to not hitting the odds when you go for a certain clutch?
Well, I got lucky the first 2 years.
Hold on, I don't want to listen.
I'm about 85% of hitting the odds all the time.
So about 85%. What about you, Eric?
Honestly, I've bred bananas and not gotten bananas, and I've bred bananas and gotten all bananas. So like it's a huge range, and to be honest, like it's probably right on the odds if we even it out over time. But it's always the best clutch that doesn't hit.
Right.
Or they're all males. You know, I mean, so I have a clutch right over there that's all males, and like I had another clutch last year that they didn't give me any visual anything, and what am I supposed to do with that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, just try again. You know, wonder if she's actually had. I mean, but you know, little things like that. We're just still showing off bananas. Check this one out.
Nice.
See that.
This is a banana fire spot nose het clown, and then little pastel piece. So, yeah.
There you go. Is that a female?
Pretty cool. This is a male. This is a male. This one, same clutch, right? So this is how like we're talking about odds, right? Same clutch. The female maker, male, banana, and this is a female. This is a fire scarecrow.
Nice. That's beautiful.
So I mean, she's pretty awesome. I really like her head though. She's got like I call it the Jesus head stamp. I can get her to cooperate. Looks like a little dude with his arms out.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah,
now,
I know.
For some of the people that don't know, can you let them know what the scarecrow is?
Scarecrow is a spot-nosed leopard clown, so a Batman. So spot-nosed leopard banana clown is a scarecrow. and this one also has fire in it. So,
Okay. Yep.
so it's a
Is it
fire
for sale?
scarecrow. This one, yes. This one is for sale along with that other banana that I showed off. Like I said, I was going to get rid of this one or the other one. I'm keeping whichever one doesn't sell.
And
So, but I mean, the price tags aren't cheap on them either. I mean, I think I'm asking $2K for this and 1,800 for the other one.
now,
So,
and
but they're, I mean, they'll make awesome breeders for anybody who wants to make banana anything, 4 and 5 and 7 gene combo clown
and if
stuff.
anybody wants to get a hold of you, where could they find you at, Eric?
You can reach us at ERS Reptiles on Instagram or pretty much anywhere. I mean, just get a hold of us. It's on Facebook, Instagram. I mean, you can reach us through the Morph Market. We're not really good at updating Morph Market. We're really busy people. We do a lot of shows, an awful lot of them. So we're constantly moving. I mean, shoot, before I got here, I ran in after getting off my real job, and I had like 3 or 4 minutes before we were backstage, like a couple minutes before 7 here, whenever we were starting. So, and that's I don't know, we're just constantly running. My daughter helps, but she works nights, and she also has a whole bunch of other stuff to do. And my other hand, Shane, just had shoulder surgery, so they're kind of down for the count a little bit. So we're trying to pick up the slack just with animal care. That's super nice, super
So
interesting. No, that's a clown.
Yeah, this one's got the cross on the forehead. See it?
There you go. Yeah.
So that's the only reason I kept it.
Sammy, I just
really
closed
appreciate you coming
the
in.
photos.
Yeah. So, I kept this female because she came out with the cross on her head. My sister said the snakes are the devil. I said, not this one. This one got the cross. See? So she goes, "You're crazy." Oh, nice.
This is the one of the females I just got that's in
There you go.
quarantine. See, she's got the cross too.
Hell yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, Stephanie, because I know you
Yeah.
ain't selling the ball pythons just yet, but you are selling the bull terriers. If anybody wanted to
Yes.
get a hold of you, how would they be able to get a hold of you?
Mary Hughes Bull Terriers is on Facebook and also on Instagram, or through the Audacious Bob Pythons account. Either Facebook or Instagram for that too. Either way, you'll get me.
All right. Ooh, look at that. That's
If you're
nice.
not already following her, go give her a
there you
follow.
go.
Yes, and while you guys are
Yeah.
at it, make sure you do give everybody a follow, and make sure you go and give your boy Steve Nelson a follow. His links and everything is in the description of the video. And
Also,
that's
Brian, I think you guys got me to 500. We got me to 500 likes last
thank-
time I was on. And I'm just, like 23 away from 600 now. Last I looked.
there you guys go. Why don't you guys go give her a bunch of follows, get her up
600.
there to 600?
What you got?
Yeah,
Eric?
what is that?
Oh, this is a leopard spot nose double het TSK
Okay.
Xanthic clown.
Okay, I was gonna guess the leopard spot nose because I've got one that she looks, I think maybe has orange dream also,
Is there
but
anything else not pairing?
the head looks so much like it.
This is inchy also. Sorry, there's inchy in that. See that eye stripe?
Oh,
So this is
yeah.
inchy leopard spot nose double het TSK Xanthic clown.
Nice.
So yeah, cool stuff. The inchy mustache, love those things. So,
Almost makes him look like, yeah, he has those handlebar mustache.
oh yeah. Well, the best one. Shoot, I can pull out a pied that's freaking awesome that has the mustache on it. Hold on a second.
And while he's doing that, Sammy, if you want to give a shout out to where everybody could find you at.
On Instagram, Bull Python, and then on Facebook, Sammy Vargas.
Okay.
And then,
And-
but the best way to get a hold of me is just like call me on my direct phone. You know.
Right.
So if they go on my Instagram, they'll see my number there.
Ooh, look at that.
There you go. That's the. Stop looking up. There you go. He's got that inchy mustache. I don't know if I can get him to focus.
I like that.
But yeah, he's pretty cool. This is this orange dream, pastel orange dream inchified. So, but unfortunately, he is not very high pattern.
No.
I don't know. This animal's sold already, so I'm just babysitting until they get picked up. So it happens.
Right.
I got a question for you. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Mike.
Since you said you've been to a lot of shows, and I ask everybody about this. I know this is just kind of hanging with the homies, but what type of displays do you use, and why do you like those? Like, what do you look for in like your display setup, like when you purchased them?
I use Nick's level displays, and I mean, honestly, what I look for is just clarity. I want to be able to see through them well, and I honestly bought the Nick's levels because everybody uses ARS and they have a different key. So I mean, I wanted that security. Now enough people probably have them now that it doesn't really matter, but I wanted that stuff. And most of the people in the reptile rooms that I've been in, I trust them. And a lot of places where we leave them overnight, they lock the place up. They have security. They have all that sort of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of money in that room.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth between the next level. That's what I'm more leaning.
My suggestion, just starting out, like, you don't have to go all out. I mean, those things are like at the low end, like $500 each. You know, they're going to be like $600 or $800 by the time you get lights on them too. You know, and I mean, I started in deli cups. You know, I did deli cups. I still do deli cups. I mean, half of my setup is deli cups.
I've seen it.
And I have people. I will have the same animal in a deli cup as I do in the display. Some people come over to the display for like a bougie experience, and other people like go and buy the deli cups. I've had people come and look at the displays, and like they see the discouraging prices on some of the stuff on the top levels, and then they hop over to the deli cups and buy the same animal they were just looking at.
Yeah, I've noticed
the exact same genetics, and they think they're getting a better deal just because it's in a deli cup. And you know, I mean, a lot of stuff it shows. I mean, I'm not looking to push like a whole bunch of $1,000.
You can find some cheap ones online. Sometimes people are getting out of out of the snake business, and they're just selling their stuff. You know, I bought one for like $250. They look brand new. Then I bought the pink ones that I got my displays, and that cost me, like you said, $500 something.
Yeah, they do. They're expensive. I mean, you go high end, next level, you can be $2,000 a display. So I mean, I'm not saying like do what you want, right? You want to have like a professional look about yourself, definitely. But my biggest advice is don't overcrowd your table. I mean, you want to have a little bit of space in there because whenever the table's overcrowded, a lot of people are going to overlook you because you're just like pushing them all out. I mean, we'll bring a lot of animals to like some of the bigger shows, and most of them are under the table until animals sell off of them. So a lot of multiples will go down because I want things to be rare. I want people to think that they are going to have like the coolest thing to show their friends, and 15 other people aren't going to have one today too. You know, I mean, I want like, because people will literally set the animal back down because they saw another 3 of them out there. You know, and like it's not psychological. I'm not trying to sell anybody. Well, I am trying to sell, right? But I'm not like trying to push things on people. I want them to get something that they're going to love and enjoy, and hopefully they don't have to call me with too many issues, and hopefully they don't ever have to give it back, because I will take it. I mean, I'm not going to let an animal suffer. But I want to create that little bit of space so that people aren't just overwhelmed with just like snake after snake after snake, you know, and try to make it look aesthetically pleasing, not necessarily just the display, but the way you organize the animals on the table as well. And it definitely makes a huge difference, and because they're going to be drawn to certain things over others.
And for your backdrop, Eric, what will you say is the most important part of that backdrop?
Well, I like to have a sign that's at least tall enough people can see it. I mean, and if not, I mean, you can always just tie like balloons with 10-foot cords on them. You know what I'm saying? You want to stand out, right? You don't. You want to be just a little bit different than everybody else. Like Sammy's got that hot pink stuff, you know, and the super bright stuff going on. That's an awesome display, man. It is awesome. But you know, the way I do it, I put a lot of color in the deli cups, and then I have lights on everything, including like the deli cup table has a giant like bridge light that's 4.5 foot long. And then I try to make things bright, and then I try to make my signs in the back have a little bit of illumination. I like to be set up in a lot of these hotel rooms next to windows so that I can pull the curtains back just a little bit to not necessarily let light into the room, but let them light up my signs and backlight them like that, because they'll blow right through them and kind of make them glow from across the room. So I like little things like that.
I saw at Tinley, the guy was selling snakes, and I mean, he had them in deli cups, but it catches your eyes because he was selling snakes like, he goes like $89.50 or $50.60. So, you know, like you go by, you go $60.50. Well, what's that about? So he goes, you go, I'm catching you. So now you ask me the question, you know, like, so you put,
absolutely.
Instead of putting $60, he'll put $60.50. So that 50 cent catches everybody's eye.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, those little things that'll set you apart and get people to talk to you for sure. I mean, and that's because that's, I mean, you don't have to be like the goofiest person in the room, but it helps if you are.
And
that's
joke around with, I joke around with people that walk by my my display. I'm like, hey, how you walking by my display? I got some nice snakes here. Come over here. I'm gonna show you a cheap snake that I got. You can take home for a pet. Or I joke around with those. Look, if I gotta sell the snake for $30, I need gas money to get home. You know.
Well, I've also found great success by just seeing people walking by with something in their hands, asking them to come over and just show it to me so that I can give them a card. If you have any problems, I know a lot about other species other than ball pythons too, and I can definitely help.
Yeah. I got a lady's eyes one time because I told her the snake will flip, and then you tell the snake to stand up like a dog. I said the snake will stand up like that.
Now,
you tell it to flip. And
what's going on, Steve? How you doing, buddy?
Hey man, Steve? Go ahead, put him back on. You guys was talking. I'll get in.
So
I was listening.
You know, the lady came by and started talking. She goes, "You sure the snake will do flips? You know, like turn around." And I go, "Now I was just joking." But now I got you over here. I'm gonna talk to you about buying this snake for your daughter. I ended up selling it. It was a $30 snake. I ended up selling it to her. And she went next door and bought a little, like a display to put the snake in with the little house and everything. So
get you a false water cobra. They'll stand up a little bit for you.
Yeah. So I think if you joke around with your customers a little bit, make them feel a little bit comfortable, maybe grab a snake, let them hold a snake and all that. You know, if you're selling snakes, I know the high-end snakes, you don't want nobody to grab a $5,000 snake and then drop it. So
right.
Absolutely. Well, ask more questions than you speak.
Yes.
Right, and that'll make anybody feel comfortable enough to where you can actually help them rather than sell them something. Because I don't want to sell somebody an animal that they can't use if they're going to try to breed it. And if they aren't going to try to breed it, I want them to have something exceptional that they can tell their friends, because then their friends are going to come next time. You know, and I want
I bring my granddaughter to the shows, and she's 7 years old. I put a snake around her, or I put her on her arm, and she walks around, and that catches all the little kids. You know, like, oh man, mommy, let's go over here. There's, like, so my first show, I did sell a lot of not pies, but I saw a lot of bananas and candinos and all that, because she was holding the snakes, showing the little kids how to hold snakes and all that. So that's another thing that catches people's eyes and all that. If you're selling snakes for pets.
Yeah, a lot of
snakes,
a lot of people don't come up to my table and they'll say, well, how do you own a pet? You always ask them, what do you have, stuff like that, kind of communicate with them a little bit just to pique their interest. And I'm scared of getting bit. I don't want no snake. Well, what are you scared of getting bit for? Because it hurts. I was like, well, I can't see. Well, no, you're lying. It's like, no, I'm serious. It's like, the only way you're going to think about being bit is if you're going to look at it. So just go ahead and just pick it up. It's not going to bite you. Watch, I'll pick it up. Pick it up. And then some people hasn't even touched a snake before. No. And then they wind up buying one and, educating them about it and stuff like that. It's like, it just depends on who you hear. Oh, they're mean and this and that, but they're not. They're great.
You talk to somebody for 45 minutes and they walk away. I'll be back after you spend 45 minutes with that customer. So some lady, I spent a good half hour. And she goes, I'll be back. I said, all right, well, give me your number. That way I can call you in case you don't come back.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it doesn't bother me as long as they're going and spending money in that room, because that helps us all. I mean, I'd rather, if I'm going to do all the education and you're still going to buy off of one of my buddies in that room, we're all winning, man. We're all winning. Because even if
Yeah,
that person
yeah.
calls me later with an issue because they like me, like I don't need to make money off every single person. Something
So
else
here,
that we do is we always make sure we bring an adult animal, like an adult female, adult male, and have them on the table so we can show people what they're getting themselves into. They don't grow to these
Mhm.
extraordinary sizes. They're like these things are super friendly. You can interact with them and touch them. They're just a ball
right.
python. We know that they don't, and we just have to educate as many people as we can find.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
so that's
All right.
So here's a
I,
question for
I,
everybody, real quick: is when you are vending a show, what is some of the marketing strategies that you employ to help move some of those animals off your table?
Can I piggyback and get on the last question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think I don't think
Brian,
I don't think I totally heard the question, but what I kind of heard was some of the participation points, if you will. And what I like to do when it comes to like the younger kids and the handling and things like that. Uh, my favorite thing about being able to go to these shows, guys, and just walk in the room as myself is animals that aren't normally open to the general public are open to the general publicly.
Right.
So I like to take a little bit of that and maybe pass it on as humble pie because the people that are on this podcast right now are saying one thing, but that is not always the story of every vendor inside. I've heard many vendors, hey, we don't do this, and I understand that there can be issues in doing so. With that being said, um, it's already crashed in if it's there, guys.
Yep,
It's
yep, yep.
probably already crashed in. And that's just a really abrasive way to approach a customer by telling them no or whatever. Uh, what I like to do is I will bring because there's times I've got five, six, $8,000 snakes. Those aren't just coming out, guys. Let's be realistic. But I'm not going to be a
Yep.
jerk about it. So I have specific animals that are there for handling. And if you would like to come over here, I don't care if you would like to handle that animal for the next hour and a half. You're not going to bother me. Uh, get your time, enjoy it. Um, but on those animals that people don't normally get the chance to, I'll take them out, and it starts kind of drawing a little bit of crowd. And I know the adults want to be a part of it as well. But I'll get down on my knees, and I'm sure you guys have seen it on our YouTube videos and things like that. And I participate directly with the kids right there because I understand that the parents have some reptile something going on because they're at the show. Um, but that is the right now, and I live in the future. So you need to make sure you're cycling that stuff forward, in my opinion. And then as for like the education stuff, guys, don't ever trip if somebody walks off. Um, being abrasive when they walk off makes damn sure they don't ever come back. Everyone on here knows how addictive these reptiles
Yeah,
are. If
yeah.
they buy one, it doesn't matter if they buy it from your friend, they're buying 10 more, guys, in the next 45 days. And you can shoot yourself in the foot being abrasive or being a jerk, and even if for your own reasons, unpure or not, it's horrible business tactic.
Yep, yep.
It's reverse sales in every aspect of it. You have to put your best foot forward. You have to.
Yes, yes.
You can make it where your rose is the other way. You're the customer, and then they're gonna be the breeder too. Think about it like that.
Well, and things are a little different for me right now, traveling around doing the show me influencer podcasting stuff and all of that. I'm on the opposite sides of these tables, and I'm traveling to states where they don't know who I am. Not everybody, only half the
I
room.
know who you
And
are.
I'll be standing in front of their table, and like some of their approach, animals totally mislabeled, and I'm not talking about one animal, I'm talking about 8 or 9 animals. Every animal on the table that you have labeled this genetic is not this genetic. I've cracked these before. Uh, the color, the pattern, the everything is wrong.
Oh
And
shit.
you're really just pushing the public, and in a roundabout way, not in a roundabout way, it makes us all look bad
Yeah.
because the people that come into the reptile shows, the breeders are the vendors, guys. You're going to get breeders that crash through, but a majority of the people that come through is general public and pet owners. And you know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So
I had,
you got
I
to
had to,
adjust accordingly with, because like you just said, not a lot of the people coming through is breeders. We're dealing with, let's face it, like Steve said, a lot of pet owners and people just getting into the hobby. So
so we get a ton of those questions,
yeah,
conductor. We get a
yeah.
ton of that, bro.
I hate to
So
cut you
like,
guys, but I gotta take off.
All right, Sammy, you take it
Thank
easy.
you
Have a
for
great
Thanks,
night.
Sammy.
nice meeting you guys.
Thanks,
Steve,
Sammy.
later.
I
Yeah,
know
for
you, Steve. I know you.
I know you.
All right.
For the
I'll
first
see you
year
guys
and a
later.
half before I
Thank
started
you.
breeding, I went to the different shows and really got to, get to know people and communicate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started purchasing
All right, Brian. Sorry, boss. Next
Yep.
question.
Oh, nope, you're good. So, as I was saying, and the question I had for everybody is, what kind of marketing strategies do you guys employ to help move some of these animals off of your table? Because let's face it, when we are vending some of these shows, we are competing with multiple ball python breeders. So it can be sometimes hard to move these animals off our tables. Sometimes it's really easy, but what marketing strategies do you guys employ to help you guys move these animals?
Well, I mean, it helps to actually be friends with the other people in the room because we do point each other whenever people are looking for different things, and those are going to be like more of your like mid to higher end sales. But the other marketing strategies that we use, man, I've called the TV stations to get them down there to videotape, and kind of put the spotlight on us, and hopefully the next time it comes around, it'll get more people in. I have an email list that we email before every show. We do a lot of implementation like that, and then I mean after that, the marketing is mainly just showing up, being there every time they have it. Like a call every show you start to do, just give it a good college try before you call it quits on that place. If the sales aren't there, just keep going and keep going because you're going to see those sales pick up every time you go.
Right.
Because more and more people are going to get to know you, they're going to get comfortable with you, they're going to get to trust you a little bit, and then I mean, I just try to every single person that comes by, I want to answer every question they have, and my phone number is always out there. So I just try to be as friendly, and I get more sales off of word of mouth than anything else. Like I said, if you look at my morph market, I have like 10 animals up. I have 90 animals for sale, and I need those for the shows.
Okay. Now, what
So
about you, Mike? I know you do a little bit of vending yourself.
Yeah, whenever I get there, I make sure my table's set up real nice, not all sloppy or anything like that. Communication and customer service is going to be like my number one thing. Communicating with the people, talking to them, trying to get the vibe of what they're looking for, stuff like that.
Okay.
Mainly
now,
communication and display and
right,
everything. Really nice
right.
at the shows.
And what about you, Stephanie? I know you don't vend yet, but what about
Did you ask about rats? What?
Oh, what?
Rats?
No. What like so when you do your let's say the bull terriers, what kind of
Yeah.
marketing strategies do you use to help sell your bull terriers?
I don't do a whole lot on that. Honestly, like I pay for um sorry. I pay annuals for like an annual thing for AKC Marketplace. I like all my kids like walking through the hallway.
Oh,
My brain is like um I have like the AKC Marketplace, that I pay for like to have an ad up there. And that used to be in the beginning where I got like my best families and stuff coming in from. But honestly just like my Facebook page and my Instagram. Well, my Facebook page has been the most solid thing of all. And then a little bit coming off of last litter into this one, maybe because they were so close together. Like I've actually been started getting contacts through Instagram, and so that's kind of a new one for me. But like I don't even post that much to those. You know, it's not like I don't keep those particular social medias like that specific like that particularly active. It's more like when I have a litter coming and then when they're there, I'm posting and like that's it. But I think with the bull terrier, that market is so different from like the ball python market, for
Right,
example, you
right.
know? So people like they find you and I respond to their messages and usually, you know, the main thing I hear is like, "Oh my gosh, like, you know, you're the first person that we reached out to a few different people. You're the first person that responded." Or like, you know, the bull terrier breeders are so hard they're so hard to find. And it's so funny for me because, you know, on my side of it, I see all the other bull terrier people, you know,
Right.
like on my Facebook and stuff, and it
Yeah.
feels like there's a million of us, but for the general public, like they don't have that impression of it. So I think for me, it's not been terribly difficult because people they want the breed, they like the breed. It's unique. There's not so much of it out there, and so like they come looking for it generally. And then I think it's just a matter of, even though I don't post an excessive amount to those social medias, what I have shows really good things, you know, like the curriculums that we work the puppies through and all the different stuff that we do to make really well-rounded puppies and stuff, dogs for families. And so people see that stuff and it sells itself. Like the mentorship program that I participated in for learning about breeding and raising puppies and stuff, like that's what they, you know, they said, don't be trying to sell your puppies, like sell your program, you
Okay.
know.
Now, what about you, Steve? How do you help market, and what strategies do you do?
So when I think of marketing, I think of marketing on different terms. Um, Marketing starts first with faith in self,
Right,
above
right.
and beyond
Yes.
anything else. And for anybody that's going to open any small business, whether it doesn't have to be breeding, um, at some point you have bet on yourself. Period.
Mhm.
That's why you're doing it. Um, from there, you know, I think probably the best thing anybody can do for themselves is actually go out and be on the scene. Social media is great. I've met a lot of really good people through there. They're not always people that we touch, guys. Brian, we talked
Mhm.
about this at
Yes.
Tinley at the
Yes.
B&B we were at together.
Yes.
It's different when you can put your hand on somebody's shoulder. It makes
Yes.
it real. And I think all too often we don't know who we're really talking to on social media, and we're just going off of whatever two sentences they post or something funny, and that's not getting to know somebody.
Right.
So I think the best thing you can do for marketing in today's overall reptile industry, you need to find some sort of let's say a circuit to look to travel. And I'm not talking about, first of all, a circuit show is not 3 or 4 or 5 shows a year. That's not sustainable, guys. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't make good licks here and there, but that is not, you're not going to make a career.
Right. Exactly.
So the other thing is you got to put into it. When I said faith in self will travel 4.5, 5 hours away because they know they're going to give it everything they've got. And somebody that travels that far is not sitting behind their table on their cell phone. You're showing that you're vested.
Yes.
When it all comes down to hard work and how much people are willing to put into it. And honestly, Bry, the sky is the limit, dude. So like for instance, there's only a handful of shows that you could even really travel around and think that you can do something on a career basis. But Obviously, I'm going to be partial to Show Me, but for good damn reason. It's
Yeah,
American Reptile Expo, dude.
yeah, and they're
It's
coast to
all
coast now,
across,
aren't they?
coast to coast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will tell everybody this too. I've not traveled. I've hit the NARBC circuits and I've hit huge shows. I've not traveled to some of these other shows that are going on in these other states. Guys, the reptiles change dependent on where you are. And I did not realize that. You don't see it at NARBCs
No.
because it's the same people over and over and over and over. And I can't remember. I think Stephanie said it when she was talking about the terriers. You have to have something different. If you're all shopping at the same damn store, guess what? You all have the same shoes. Everything is the same. And if you keep going back to that one store, you're going to be like the rest. And you cannot be number one without being odd first. And I take my earbud out on that. I guess that's all I have.
Yeah, you were talking
So
about the
like,
skies that. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
so like I said, the sky is the limit for the potential that you're able to deliver and drive. Um, Marketing is everything, guys. Marketing is when you get up and you tie your shoes. Marketing is when you brush your teeth. Marketing is when you put on a hat. Marketing is when you see that little kid and you show him the snake. Marketing is when you're so pissed off you're about to lose your shit and you still explain the same thing with a smile. Marketing is everything you do, and you either have it in you or you're looking for the answers.
Right. Exactly. 100%.
Yep.
100%.
Like,
And I
yeah,
can't say it any better. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
99% of people that meet me know I have snakes. Like that's just all there is to it. So I'll talk about
out
them
the
all day,
gate,
every day.
out the
and
Yeah,
gate, anywhere that any of us live, we should be known as the snake guy in that area. And if
no,
you're
yeah.
not,
Well, I'm
you're
also the rat
selling
dude.
yourself short.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Stephanie.
I'm not trying to talk trash. And if it bothers you, it's because you're not doing it. And don't take it as, man, look at this guy. You're welcome.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
Yeah,
information he's
absolutely.
dropping. And
Yeah.
What do you,
Absolutely.
Mike?
Well,
What are you
I
saying?
can't tell you how many people I've let them touch and hold their first animal, and now they have 60 some, and they didn't even buy an animal from me. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
and that's we're winning. Like we're winning. We have to find those people, and and pray they do well, and hopefully we can give them good guidance so that they can succeed. Because we don't want them to have a bad experience either. Because we want them to do that for us someday.
Yeah.
We'll add something else for everybody. And every one of us that's up on this panel right now is falling for this, and everyone below us has too. Marketing is also the words that people say to you and how you take it. If another breeder is telling you, man, I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do that, how do you know they're not doing it? It's not
exactly.
about what they have for
100%.
sale, it's about the stuff you don't know they have. If you have a vision, follow it.
Exactly.
Follow
And
it.
I keep
Don't give up on yourself. This next guy over here, his name's not on your paycheck. He's not paying the bills. He's not making sure that your babies are fed, that there's gas in the car, that you might be lucky enough to buy half a carton of eggs this week. I'm just saying, you have to bet on yourself. And if you're not
exactly.
going to bet on yourself, ain't nobody going to bet on you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. You have to believe
Mike,
in
I want to
yourself.
hear what you've been trying to say. Mike's been trying to say
No, no,
something for a
you're
bit.
good. I'm just enjoying everything. Like Steve was talking about how you put yourself first, to start off instead of like communication, like I was talking about. Steve was talking about, putting himself, first like that and having confidence. Well, with hard work, determination, and positivity, that also gets you. And he was talking about, sky's the limit. Also, Stephanie, I was doing some research last night, and I do believe the Show Me is going to be up there in New Hampshire pretty soon.
Show Me
Oh,
is in
yeah.
New Hampshire this weekend. You need to
Yep.
go.
Yes.
This weekend?
And
That
Yeah.
show.
There
That
was
show
one.
is.
There was a show in Manchester this past weekend, but that was right when we had the puppies delivering. So
Yeah, I wasn't for sure when, but I know the Show Me show
Somebody's
is up
talking
there.
about New Hampshire right now coming up. It ain't coming up. It's right now.
Yep,
yeah.
right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
And
is it?
yeah.
Oh, that was a one
Hey,
day banger. We
I do
got
want to say
We
though.
got Rhode Island next weekend though.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. All right.
don't you guys got Oregon and Ohio? You guys are Show Me and Mickey just added on to the list, didn't they?
Mickey stepped way up, locked in Oregon, and we went Atlantic to Pacific. I'm so proud. That's amazing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was just giving you a heads up, Stephanie, that they're up there too now. So that way
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
start
No,
selling your
I know
babies,
there's a
you can.
couple up here occasionally.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
um, no, but as far as the whole like getting out and doing the thing and making it like small stuff, right? Was getting started from the ground up, like it's small baby steps, right? Sometimes, but like,
Yeah.
last time I talked to you guys and stuff, I was like, I had my rats. I might have like just started selling them to the local shop, a little bit, but it's like now I've been supplying our local pet shop for like the last 6 weeks now.
That's awesome.
So they've been going solely with me. I was in there the one day and I was talking to the lady in there, because I love my rats like so much. Like it's
Hmm.
such an emotional thing for me. And the girls help me with them and we're so hands-on. So they're so friendly, right? Like we've got them such tame animals. And so I was asking her at the shop, I'm like, what do you consider to be pet quality? I didn't know if it'd be like specifics, like if it needs to
yeah.
be a Dumbo rat or like specifics. But she looked at me and she said, and there were like people around the store, so it made me feel really good because she looked at me and she said, anything that comes from you, I consider a pet stuff, like
That's
it like
awesome.
pet quality. And then I went in a few weeks back. I started call and it's hard up here. I'm gonna tell you it sucks, like where I live, because there's not much of anything, resources and everything's so far apart. But like I went and Googled all the area pet shops, I'm gonna have to drive like an hour to deliver rats to one when they get some. But the one lady at the shop, I talked to her 3 weeks ago. She said, call me back in 3 weeks. I'll see if we've got room to take some new ones in. So I called her back Monday instead of Friday because of the dog being on Friday. But I called her back and she's like, yeah, like, let me get your information. I'll get a hold of you because we still have a couple here from before.
Mhm.
By the way, do you need a rack? Because they had been breeding theirs for themselves up until a couple of years ago that they had done it a bunch. And she's like, we've got this rack, here, breeding rack for rats. Like, could you use that? I'm like, yes. Like, so like that connection. And then the next shop's like 45 minutes or an hour away in a different direction. But I'm taking 3 rats down there on Monday. Like, is it worth the drive? Technically, like, is it worth the gas money to drive
Right.
45 minutes in one direction for 3 rats? No. However, when I go down there, she handles the pet rats. I'm gonna also get to meet the guy that handles the feeders. The guy that
Mhm.
handles the feeders is also the guy that handles the reptiles. And I'm about to start hatching my first clutches out, and that's same
Hey,
with the
You just
previous
never know where it can lead you
with the
to.
previous pet store, I talked to them too. I'm like, I'm asking them about, what about pythons and stuff. And, her thing was, are they on frozen thawed? And I'm like, well, I feed live. And she's like, well, that would be a big factor for us. So like, okay, well, that's cool because I've just started freezing my rats. So that's something, if I know it's a specific
Right.
factor, I can make a point to work on. And then also being able to promote now the possibility of frozen thawed. And I saw somebody on Instagram the other day. I don't know I can't remember what breeder it was, but they were talking about how they service like every pet store and everything like in a 150-mile radius. And it's like, man, first off, how do you get that many people to know who you are? And how do you make it affordable to like deliver to all that? But
Right.
it's whatever, you're starting the wheel. So like going and traveling to meet these people is still setting more into motion. It's getting the name out. It's
Right. Right.
putting
Well,
a
But just
face
just
to
start
it.
wait
there.
until you're unleashing more rats into the community. You're going to end up selling more too. I mean,
Real
so like
quick.
Yeah.
as the pythons come out and you're selling more just to the local community, those pet shops are going to pick up. Some people are going to get to know you and they're going to start stopping by and doing all that. I mean, we're to the
Yeah.
point now where like people just randomly find us, and
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. I think I had like 7 people stop by today, and I got plenty of more tomorrow. And and
Wow.
these people, a lot of them are, I mean, yesterday I probably sold 250 rats,
Everybody had to start somewhere.
and so
Wow.
yeah, you just gotta, I mean, just let the world know you're there and keep putting these into the community, and they're gonna need to move
Hmm.
too. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of work though. It's an awful lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more
And
Yeah.
I'm so
footwork you put in
thankful
it,
for
the
my
better
team,
the
and
payoff.
yeah. I mean, I don't do this by myself.
All right.
I have a whole team behind me,
Right.
like helping me out, and I rely on friends and all kinds of things. Community comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, General, do you want to give Chad Johnson a little bit more information about the Oregon and Ohio Show Me Shop?
So and I wanted to ask Stephanie a question too. So I will
Yeah.
say this. I wanted to get back to Chad here. Chad, all you got to do, Mickey and the Show Me family, they've made it stupid simple for all of us, dude. ShowMeReptileShows.com. Choose your state. It's going to tell you everything running and gunning. Hit up your boy if you got any questions, for real. Stephanie, what are
Yeah.
you?
Hold on a second.
Congrats.
I'm laughing
Yeah,
at this. Do you see this guy watching he's watching the show on the computer? Can you see him there?
I love it. So
Yeah.
He's like
what?
hanging off my arm watching.
Like I was
That's
saying,
fine.
first of all, congratulations on your first clutch hitting the ground or
Thanks.
already here.
Well, it'll
What?
be here. Egg watches like, next weekend we'll be like starting Egg Watch officially. So
Nice. What do you keep? Ball pythons or
yes,
yeah?
just the ball pythons. Yeah.
Well, okay, I gotta ask. What is
Mm-hmm.
clutch number one, sister? What'd
Clutch
you
number
pair?
one is between a yellow belly desert ghost het cryptic and a firefly het clown.
Get out of here.
Yes.
That
Fire.
ain't level one stuff, sis.
No.
She's got some banger stuff over her
No,
Congratulations.
sleeve.
my animals are not level one stuff, even though I've been told that nobody should start their collection off the auction. I have to say I disagree.
Hey, sometimes that auction is where you find some of the better deals and some really banger animals.
So
Uh,
Brian, driving down here to Georgia, was in the vehicle 18 hours. Misplaced the fact that I bid on an auction, and they have removed the general, who is 5 stars, from being able to be a participant in the auctions now.
Wow.
Green check certified.
Nice.
That shit's
Nice.
real.
Nice.
I am blocked and banned. Do you know how many
Wow.
animals I have purchased from that platform in 4 years? Y'all looking for your boy? Well, I'll be on Marketplace, homie. That's coming in hot now.
We were just talking
No, but-
last night about that. Morph Market is so stretched thin on their platform. When you place an ad on it, within 24 hours, your ad gets lost within all the other ads. Why not go to a place, a marketplace that you can not only sell your animals online, but you can go to a physical place and vend and sell your animals there too.
Yep.
Well, here's what I'm saying, guys. It's almost that right now that's where you go when you're hoping for a wing and a prayer. I'm going to these shows. I watched like 47 ball pythons walk out of Illinois. When I was in Tennessee, I watched like 28 crested geckos. The only reason that I point these two species out is because they're like along the lines of the species that people are like, oh man, you can't do anything with them. You can do whatever you want to do. Just because it's not working in your zone or region, dude, you could just barely hop over the state line and you could be right back in it. I'm telling you, it's different. I didn't realize it until the last 2 months, which is crazy to say, but dude, it's so different. And there are amazing animals that some, just like Stephanie, she's newer. She's gonna be dropping heat. You never know anymore who's got what, because everybody's got some heat.
Steve, those two animals came in along with this guy here and the one that I was showing earlier. Those two animals, this guy and oh my god, I can't even think. 12 minus 3, 9. 9 other animals came in when I purchased a rack off of Facebook Marketplace.
I only
No.
caution people about auctions because a lot of people buy them because they're cheap, and without a plan, if you're going to breed them, you should probably reconsider. Give me a call. I'll help you. You know, because
Yeah,
you
genetics are
can't
really
like
important when I'm looking at
yeah,
those.
well, and you want to be able to make something that you can at least propel yourself a little bit forward because whenever you're
Hmm.
making stuff that everybody else has or that people don't really want, right? Then you're gonna have a hard time selling them for a decent amount that's gonna even like recoup or to keep you moving forward or even give you some more like something to fall back on, something to help like buy that next rack or another animal. I mean, it's really hard to
Hmm.
put that stuff together being brand new, not understanding how these things work. I mean, a lot of people see like an orange dream, and they want to put them together, not realizing that they might get one super orange dream, and then
Right.
they're probably going to keep
Right.
that. And how are you going to build on that? Like the people out here like me and Steve there who are breeding these things, we aren't going to look at that twice. I mean, I'm just being blunt. I mean, we're gonna help cheer you on, but we're gonna also try to gently curve you in the right direction to where, and we're not trying to sell you like $1 billion worth of stuff. We just want you to have a good, a better understanding so you can decide what you want. And so whenever you're approaching the
Hmm.
auction saying like, this is what I want cryptic, I want clown, I want that, there's nothing wrong with that at all as long as you're being selective. I see so many people
Hmm.
putting bids in on the $10 animal and end up with 40 of them. What are you going to do with all of them? I mean,
Yeah.
nobody else wants them,
Hmm.
And
clearly. You know what I'm saying?
those are the people that talk about, man, this isn't working, this isn't working, and it's like, bro, you run a pastel
Oh,
to a classic.
Right.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
and
so Stephanie, to kind of piggyback off of something you said,
Yeah.
um, so there's a double-edged reason why people are saying don't go to the auction or whatever, and be cautious of what you pick up in the beginning.
Right.
Something that definitely took me by surprise, and it takes years, um, is actually what it does so much for you when you're cracking eggs and you have what I like to call the breeder's advantage.
Mm.
Um, where you're looking at 8 animals, and that's how you're able to really start deciphering your genetics down a lot easier versus looking at
Hmm.
one individual animal. Where it
Hmm.
gets tricky is when you start, because I went really high end in the beginning, and you start pairing, and this is very important because it will save you heartbreak. The people that you think are your friends right now, you're only a customer. You're not going to know who your true friends are until you're no longer a buyer.
Hmm.
And I just can't be more honest with you because my heart has been shattered in a million pieces by people that I loved, respected, and would have ride or die with them. Uh, and it ain't around no more. And that's fine.
yeah,
That's fine because in that process, they help create who I am today. So in a roundabout way, good looking out, fellas. Um, but you got to be real careful and cautious of that because the person you bought
Hmm.
that 7 gene banger with possible triple het, do you
yeah.
really think they're going to help you identify that animal off of a pro? If you buy a het from somebody, you're buying into somebody's project. And if you've got more
Hmm.
power on the opposite side that didn't come from them, you're going to create something they didn't have. They're not going to help you. Or the other problem that you have is you may buy into one of these Patreons under the impression that they're going to help you ID or they're going to mentor or they're going to this, they're going to that. That's not true either anymore. Um, there's a lot of people out there that are strictly gouging for money, and they are 1,000,000% for self. That's
yes.
why I say it's very important that you believe in yourself because it
Hmm.
can it can make or break you. And I think he can attest to that too.
Yes.
Uh, it
Yeah. Well,
it's
I mean,
rough. It's rough in the first couple seasons, but I tell you what, it will get better. It will get better. But
yeah,
when I'm telling you guys this stuff, I gotta, it ain't easy. It ain't
Oh,
easy. I didn't learn any of this by not falling susceptible to all of it. So I'm not immune. My knowledge comes from failures and things like that along the way. But failures is a way for you to elevate yourself forward. And people either choose to maintain or move forward. And if you get embarrassed once, you probably don't do it again. And as tough as those lessons are to learn, it will grow you and you'll sprout your own wings. If you need something, dude, you can hit me up. I know you don't know who I am, but I will help you. I think anybody that's up here would help you,
Yes.
but try to align yourself with the right people. It's important. It's important to you. And I don't want to see when I started, three-quarters of my friends are gone now because they were taken out by large, vicious breeders that are circling around like vultures in our area. And a lot of people got sold a lot of the same stuff. Uh, what does that do? In 2 years, we're all dead. Nothing
Yep.
is going to move.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
drying that entire market up. You've squeezed blood from the stone. There's nothing left.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
You got to have a little bit of diversity in your collection. You can't be breeding what the next person is breeding because, like I was saying, and I've said it before, if you have past and we'll do single genes and that because it makes it easier for these newer breeders. But let's say I have nothing but pastel on my table. The breeder next to me has nothing but pastel on his table. The breeder next to him has nothing but pastel on his table. What do you think that's doing to the market, guys?
well, that's the oversaturation people talk about. We're not oversaturated with the best of the best.
Right,
That's
right.
not what it is. Um, but guys, in the same token, and I'm sure if you've been doing this long enough, our first 50 snakes, I don't know, 30 of them were a mistake, and I didn't know that till we got to 125. And
Absolutely.
how you're gonna make it is those, unfortunately, guys, you're gonna take a hosing. You're never gonna get that money back on them. But I'm here to tell you right now that 50 turns to 100, turns to 200, and that's real money on feed. Doesn't matter. I had somebody say, well, what's your problem, man? Don't you just breed your rats? I said, yeah, I got a fully functioning rattery that cost me $725 in food just to feed my collection.
Right. Like, come on.
Do you have a rattery? You don't act like you understand.
Right.
And on top of that, the rattery is 100 times harder than the snakes.
Yeah,
Yes,
That is
It
true.
takes a lot more work.
requires
Yes.
constant
more hours.
attention. And Stephanie, they're amazing animals. We have to feed them, guys, and it sucks, but that's what our animals eat. A rat, a mouse, um, they're actually a really social animal. So you mentioned pets. They
Mhm.
really do make a great pet.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
People also,
we've got groups of pets that are in the same room with the rest of the rats because like the kids, like yeah, we have actual pets, and then we have all the breeders, which
Mhm.
most of which all have names also and are also loves on like their pets. So yeah.
and get
I
them
started
out,
that way.
hold them, handle them, pet them. It doesn't matter if they're breeders. That doesn't mean you're locked in there.
Oh no, we do
And
that because I figured they're here for whatever time they're here with us, and I want them to know love and
do
affection
you
and all
Yes,
these positive things in
Pete
that
is
time too.
awesome.
something that I like to do every once in a while for our rats? And guys, I'm not a baker, so somebody probably got a better recipe. The general could use it, but I like to make little like peanut butter. I will call it a cookie, but that is not what's going on. But I'll put like bird seed in it and stuff like that. And I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while I'll toss some of those in there just for something different. First of all, we all
Hmm.
know that they're up there drinking water all day, and why? That's the only thing in there is a nipple coming from the top. Give them a small piece of wood or something. It's really good for their teeth. It's really
On
good for
clean out
their
day, I like to give them. I buy like a botanical hay, like Timothy hay blend. So like on clean out day, I'll give each tub like a handful of the botanical blend hay,
Yeah,
and they love it. They have, yeah.
I like
Yeah, I
using
give
the
I give black.
Applewood sticks, and that they like those as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I use black oil sunflower seeds,
Oh yeah, they
mealworms, like
love
the
them.
dried mealworms. We
Yeah.
go and buy like the expired bananas, like
Okay.
that at a huge
Yep.
discount.
Yep.
We'll cut them up and just throw a half a banana in every tub, and just let them go to town and eat the peel and all of it. And we
That's
also
amazing.
we'll go and pick up like bags of we haven't done this in a long time, but bags of chicken bones, right? So they can
Okay.
cut their teeth down, and because
I've
they'll
never
eat all
done
of it.
that. I've
No,
never
you.
done
Yeah, it's
that.
great calcium for them. It's great calcium for them. It helps if you have rats that are like starting to kill babies, like they need calcium. They need a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, they
So
have buckets.
yeah, if you give them some calcium, they'll stop eating their babies. I mean, I don't know.
Kristen said
We're
her
talking
rat
publicly
goes
again. I need to remember this,
mosquitoes.
but but yeah, no, we do quite a bit in our rat area for these rats. With not necessarily treats. It's just kind of a
Um,
routine. So
Pierce wants to know, Steve, you coming to Ohio's next Saturday for the show?
So I don't think I'm gonna make next Saturday. I have another sporadic trip coming up this week that's not with Show Me. Um, and then I've got some kind of behind the scenes stuff cooking
Okay.
for Show Me that I need some time at the home front to establish some stuff.
Right.
Conductor, you kind of know what it is. Shady, you
Right.
know
Well,
what it is. So
I
uh
don't know nothing.
well, I'll
big big things.
let you know, Pierce. I will be over there at that Show Me Reptile Expo that Saturday, hanging out. I won't be vending, but I will be over there hanging out, getting some content. Hanging out with everybody, seeing what's up.
What's the date on that, Brian? Do you know offhand, or
Um,
does Pierce
I
know in
believe
the
it
chat?
was the 12th and the 13th.
And Brian,
I'll be
I'd
working.
like you to
I'd ride down.
Go ahead, Steve.
go ahead
Sorry,
and
Steve.
message me and send me the information on the state and city or whatever. Um,
Right.
so I can kind of do a little bit of digging on the background, and we'll get you a shirt for rotating around and stuff, and just show everybody, dude. I'd never ask you to lie on what it is, and we don't have to there. So
Oh
Right.
no.
show them what's what, dude. These
Of
shows
course.
are bangers.
Yeah, I was telling Brian last night, Steve, that I have a Morph Market free account, and it's just not accessible, from my phone like that. But I had went straight over to the Show Me, and everything. I mean, it just works on there like it's all set up how it
Well, and
should be. You know what I'm
the
saying?
best thing about that, Mike, um, it's still in its infancy being created,
That's what
and
I'm saying
it's
at the
already
beginning, and they're
user
it's
friendly.
big for
Yeah.
And
screen readers
I
and
don't want
everything.
to put any spoilers out, but I'm here to tell everybody right now it's a really, really good idea to get into Marketplace right now. There's some stuff that's cooking, and it's going to be better to already be there than to be trying to get in line.
Now, here's a question for you, Steve. How
Bring
easy
it.
is it for people to start joining that marketplace or become a new vendor for Show Me?
I'm sorry, Brian. For some reason, you guys cut out.
Okay.
Ask me, say it again.
So I asked, how easy is it for somebody to join Show Me Marketplace or become a new vendor for Show Me?
Oh, dude. So we've all set up an eBay. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
We've all set up our own YouTube. That is trickier than getting into Marketplace. You're going to go in just like anything across the top header. There's going to be a spot. It's going to have the little head or whatever that says login. You're going to click it. You'll put in your email. You don't have a password. It's the same thing that we have grown accustomed to doing without even thinking about it. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Simplify.
it's like turning your phone on and off, dude. And then from there, it's point and click. And to make things even easier, anybody can slide across to Show Me Reptile Show YouTube page, and from there, there's individual tutorials for each step, and there's more detailed, easier to use tutorials that'll be coming down the road. There's a lot of cool stuff. So anybody that's struggling or whatever, we'll make a chain or something where you can reach out directly, and
Most
we can resolve that stuff as simple as possible. Because it's like this on the marketplace is something that's open to everybody.
right.
You don't have to be a select group. You don't have to be friends with this person or know this person or ship with this company or that company. And I personally think that on a whole, that's more of what everybody needs, because
Yeah,
that's open to the general public, dude. The general
Bringing
public
everybody
doesn't
together.
know that Joe and Kevin are friendly because of this or whatever. Those are fictitious names. I'm just saying
right,
they
right.
just know they would like to log on and they'd like to see some cool animals, and hopefully they end up in your store. But they can't end up in your store until you're over there. And right now, you're not fighting the same amount of people, and people are already going over there shopping, guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
So
I personally I personally only have two animals left from last year.
there you guys go.
Two
So
left.
if you need to sell an animal, go over there
And
and
Brian,
show me market.
Brian, Brian, you know what I'm saying is true. You just plucked
Yep,
two directly out of
I
my hole.
did.
You
I
told me I
sure
didn't have any. They were gone.
did.
They were gone.
Yeah, he
Uh,
told me he didn't have nothing in his rack, and he sent me two.
but
Like,
we as the team is what I will say right now, because there's exciting stuff coming. We will also personally be going in and sharing ads out on social media. I'm not talking about I'm going in and sharing area animals. Obviously, I will, but I'm going to be going in sharing other animals,
yeah,
because it's kind of like he was saying earlier. It's kind of that one hand scratches the next person's back. So
exactly.
if you give knowledge and they go over to your partner and they buy one, dude, feel good for your partner, because we all need money and it was his turn.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
we all have a season and eventually we'll come back in season. Don't get caught in the damn rain, dude. Ain't no
Yep.
reason to do that.
Yeah.
exactly.
Not only that, if
So
go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Okay,
no, take it, Mike. You
go
So,
got
ahead.
it,
so
boss.
what happens if all right, they don't want to buy the snake that you have, but they buy your buddies, and lo and behold, your buddy's been trying to buy, a decent one, 4 or 5 gene animal that you have, and that might have been a little bit of money
It's
or
a done
whatever he
deal.
needed to go ahead and purchase the one from you.
That is exactly right. It could
So,
be the
yep,
push in the right direction, especially if you're
exactly.
saying it's a buddy.
Yep,
Yep,
one
exactly.
hundred percent, and you'll definitely know.
Well, we all need to survive this. I mean, it helps us all
Yeah,
out.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so that's, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't really have too many issues covering my costs, and that's my only goal every show.
And
If I get extra, then it's great. I mean, I just need enough to feed these animals one more week.
see,
I mean, that's it.
my goal for every show is to try to make at least 5 to 10 new connections, and that's what it's all about for me, is making those connections, meeting those people. Because for my, like, and I asked everybody earlier what is their marketing strategy,
Excuse me.
and I never got around to mine. Mine for me is that energy. I love pushing out that positive, joyful, letting people know, hey, I'm here having fun. And it's not always about me. I want people to come down and come just to the show, because it's like you guys were just saying, if they're not buying off of me, I want you to buy off the table next to me or the table across the room. I just want you to come down and have a great time at an amazing expo, see some amazing animals, and meet some amazing people.
I think people forget. I really think that people forget the aspect that only misery loves company. So you better turn your frown upside down, or you're going to watch
Exactly.
everybody over at your neighbor's
Oh, you're
table.
right. You're right.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I try to create the atmosphere by just like making sure that everybody I know in that area knows that it's going on, and I want them to come out and see me. My goal is to get at least 10 people through the door. Like here in another few months, my goal is going to be 20 because we're
Well,
we're
you,
seeing this.
you got me. You got me through the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know,
If I can just let people know where I'm going and get people there that just want to come and hang out, I don't care if they spend money. I really
Are
don't.
you
Like
going?
just having them there, like is gonna help everybody because they're gonna be excited looking at stuff too.
right?
Are you going to Ohio? Is that what you're referencing?
Me,
Um,
no.
Oh,
Next
okay.
weekend I'll be in Minneapolis for the Cold
Ah,
Blooded Expo.
I'm going to be in Ohio doing, like I said, I'm going to be down there hanging out and that because I'm really excited about them coming to Ohio. And then I know we're going to be doing Schaumburg. And then
August
after
1st and August 2nd.
yep, then
Sorry,
right
man. Interrupted.
after Schaumburg, I'm going to be hitting up the Show Me out there in Bloomington in March or August, and then in September.
Yeah,
and,
So
and Brian,
No, I
I
think what
might.
Brian was referencing though was that he drove from his place over there in Ohio out to Chicago and met me.
yep,
Like what was that, 6 months
Oh,
ago?
1 day trip.
okay.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, 5 hours, man. This guy's crazy. I
Hey,
mean, but
hang out.
hopefully I
Hey,
made it worth it for
he's
him. I
Yeah,
really
he's
hope
turn
I
that
did.
putting
into
He's
it.
a great
positivity.
honor.
He's putting it on the line, like I'm talking about, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to believe in yourself to get in the car and drive 5 hours.
Yes.
yeah.
You got to
Well, and
believe in what
hopefully,
you're doing.
hopefully walked out of there with more than what he wanted. I mean, and that was my goal out of it. You gotta come see me. I don't
And
like I said, I don't have to make a living off every person. I just need enough to feed them, man. That's it.
I want I want to say something else too for anybody that might be watching. I said I said that I was down to two animals. Yeah, look at that. We're
Look at
throwing a
that.
party. Down to two animals left from last season and the season before. Um, Guys, I went 4 months and didn't sell an animal because I was so busy. I wasn't really posting. And then I posted a couple things, and 27 animals went out the door in 4 days.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
haven't.
That's why people need to be down there. And yes, Chad, that's the one next weekend in Marion, Ohio.
Yep,
Yep.
Marion.
But anyways, like I was saying, Bry, I might try to get in Mickey's ear or whatever and try to go ahead and shoot back out if you're talking about going out. You said Bloomington, right?
Yep. Yep.
Because I've already been down there, and if you're going to be down there, man, I can't think of any other place I'd rather go, homie.
I'm telling you, there we go, man. So you guys need to also come out there,
When
Bloomington.
is that?
There's one right after the weekend after Schaumburg in
Oh,
August,
hell, that's
and
August.
right, and then there's
August
one
8th,
in
9th,
September. So a couple months later, there's one in September.
next month. Yeah, month
Well,
after.
I ain't waiting that long to get next to you, so we're going to figure it out. But
Well, yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, because we're going. Like I said, we're going down there to Marion next weekend. Hang out. But we definitely are going to hook up before Schaumburg, Steve. You know, already know that. But
Brian,
yes,
If there's a will,
if
there's a
I
way.
if I told you we were going to the swamp, are you gonna go to the swamp with me, dog?
oh yeah.
Okay, we're going to the swamp, Brian.
Where are you going to?
We don't know that yet, but the invite is already there.
Okay, you already know I'm there.
I just wanted to know if you wanted to go to the swamp.
Why
Yeah.
not? Something different.
Yes.
I need somebody to make sure I come back out.
Well, it
But
won't be me. I'll
right
be there with you, but yeah.
now, does anybody have any wrapping up questions? We've been going on about 2.5 hours, so I was going to go ahead and wrap this up. No, nobody.
Yeah, I'm
Damn,
all good.
that's awesome. You
Oh, well,
covered everything, Brian.
Awesome.
Means we're all
What do you
pimping
think? How
ourselves.
many
I'm gonna be
people?
Well, go ahead.
means we're all
Go
pimping
ahead, Ed.
ourselves. I'm gonna be in Minneapolis next weekend, and then after that, on the 27th, I'll be in Nebraska, and then I'll be down in your stomping grounds on the 4th in Kansas City, and then we'll be back the end of May for the All American Reptile and Plant Expo. The end of May, I think it's the 23rd, 24th, 25th.
All right.
So that's the next
Nice.
couple of months. So
All right.
we'll come down there and visit.
And Mike, are you going to be going to Marion with me? If you want, I can come and pick you up.
That's I have to work that weekend.
Oh, you do you? All right, all right.
Yeah, I gotta sit there and take pictures. So
okay.
I'm
Now,
A lot of people don't realize that Mike's a model.
yeah,
yeah, I'm a model, especially when the flash is about 10,000 a day, and I feel like the paparazzi's at me. It's like, oh man, so that's why I'm blinking a lot now.
then I'm going to go around the table one more time, and if you guys want to go ahead and give out your social information, we'll start with you, Eric.
Hi, yeah, Eric, ERS Reptiles, pretty much everywhere. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'd love to see them get over 1,000. I think we're at 8 something now. But if you guys need anything, hit me up. Advice is always free. I mean, I talk to a lot of people, so I'll talk to you too. I don't have any issues. Yeah, and I'm not a guy who's trying to sell you anything. So, you know, I honestly, I hardly even list my animals. I'd rather, if I am going to sell you something, I'm going to do my research first, and I'm going to ask you what you really want and what you want to create, and try to see if I have something that fits. And if I don't, I probably know somebody who does. So,
all right.
I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Eric. We appreciate it coming on the show.
And about you, Stephanie?
Audacious, it's right there under my name. Audacious Ball Python. So find me on Instagram or Facebook. So I just got I just set up my Facebook page today, and I also, now that we're talking about not Morph Market, I also set up my Morph Market account and got that approved. So those are
Nice.
two things that I've been kind of dragging my feet on, but you know, I finally got them both done. So
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Mike? I mean,
Morph Ave, it's Morph Avenue is the business name, but it's Morph Ave AVE over there on Instagram.
all right. And if you don't know where to find your boy at, all his links are in the description below. And you already know where you can find me every Saturday night over here at Sky's the Limit podcast. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll our outro.
Thank you, everybody.
Flying high, feeling so alive. Dreams come light as we take the time. Chase the stars, never look behind. In this world, we're one of a kind. Sky's the limit, we'll never fall. Together we rise, standing tall. With wings of passion, we soar so free, breaking chains.